Longitude is exactly like that.
Yeah, I've never been to Longitude now, but it was full of kids. And then I was with my friend yesterday and we were just talking about forbidden fruit. And then she was like, Toshin, the name forbidden fruit though. You know, and then I actually not deep to, I was like, wow.
What, like on a spiritual vibe?
Yeah. Then I was like, oh, so why are we all going to the forbidden fruit?
That's a word.
Do you know?
No, I do hear it.
On this Sunday.
I
But do you know what's mad? Like, it's like sometimes we realize things when we're older. Like, why would we like
mad about forbidden fruit? Why are we all hyped about forbidden fruit? To go there and do some things that you know probably aren't the greatest as well. Do you know what I mean?
That doesn't bear fruit.
Exactly. What are you benefiting from that?
Exactly.
So, no, I would not be going to that festival ever again.
Do you know what's mad? Even like, because I remember the first time I went to Longitude, I felt like I was in the right space in terms of age bracket, vibe, or whatever it is. And like, it was.
Did you feel that at Longitude?
Well, Jaffa was performing. I must have been 22-ish.
Yeah.
Ish around maybe 1, 2. So, like seeing that I was there, like genuinely, it was like that was like fun.
That was his main stage.
Yeah, main stage performance. I was like, this is like, I felt.
Class,
I was slightly older, but I saw people who were way older than me. And I saw people that were younger than me. But I think the second time I went was when we got to go. Where's your head at? That's the second time I went. No way.
No way. No
Just
way.
kids around.
Just kids, and I'm just like,
And like,
nah.
they were like 17, 18.
No, literally.
Bro.
Even last year when I was going to Forbidden Fruit, we were walking in and there's people trying to like hop the fence. I was like, is this really what I'm going to?
Oh yeah, that's the vibe.
Do you know, I've never seen that before. Like, I've obviously heard of it, but I've never seen people actually hop on the fence.
The one festival that's sort of like family oriented is Electric Picnic.
Yeah, that's not too bad, but that can be overpowering because there's so many people there.
So many people.
Do you know what I mean?
So many
stages.
things.
So many stages, the bathroom situation, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I've never actually camped at like,
I
don't want to say normal people camping, that sounds so bad. I've never camped at normal
peasants.
people with the peasants.
Peasants camping.
But when I've camped at like artist camping, it's still tough, like, you know. So I'm like, imagine actually being a peasant, Lord forgive me.
Hold on, you know, what year was it that Jaffa did? Was it the same year that J Host came?
Who was that?
Wait, hold on, what happened?
One like pastor walked in.
No, pastor.
Maybe pastor is going to record music.
Clue that up.
Yeah, you double booked this. You double booked.
And what were we saying, bro?
What year was it the same year that J. Cole was here?
17, I think.
No,
18.
we went
18.
to the one with Meg Thee Stallion.
No, I'm talking about the Jaffa one.
Why is this guy laughing?
What?
That was 2 years ago. That wasn't last.
Meg Thee Stallion was 2 years ago, yeah.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah. I remember seeing that. I remember walking
I
past
didn't
it.
go
It was
to that one
wild.
actually. Was that one?
You came on the Sunday, no?
Was it that
you
one?
came, yeah, we saw the greatest performer on earth.
Who?
You saw? I didn't see it. I didn't see any performance.
No, so I don't think she's the greatest performer. But people are saying she was the greatest performer.
Interesting.
Simba was there. I'm so pulling random
Why
people.
did you have my name?
Katie was there. I'm just saying.
My eyes were closed all through. I had my glasses on like this. I didn't see anything, bro.
Remember when that guy came on stage? Was it Playboy Kai or?
Yeah, demonic.
We walked away.
Demonic,
Was
bro.
Walked
so
away.
mad.
Playboy Kai is
mad.
demonic. I don't
Man
care.
was just screaming.
Yeah. Some artists like you see them like, what like. I understand everyone has different expressions of art, which is lovely.
Yeah, fair.
But that's dark.
Yeah.
That's a dark.
No, there's been some
expression, bro.
dark things,
Yeah.
like artist-wise. Like, you know, obviously I don't want to really get into the Eurovision that me and Jay did.
Go for it.
Well, like, you know, Bambi Tug, Bambi Tug, Day won the Euro song. And
What are they called?
Bambi Tug.
Okay.
She's a self-proclaimed witch, innit?
Yeah, she was doing witchcraft, and I remember me and Jay were like actually talking to her during one of the interviews, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm actually a witch." And then Jay was like entertaining. I was like, "Jay, what do you like? Stop, bro!" And Jay was like, "So do you actually like perform like witchcraft?" She goes, "Yeah. I cast spells and everything." And that's the last time I spoke to the person.
It should be the last time you
Because I was scared.
Yeah.
Do you know, because there's a few people that were actually going on about the fact that like, yo, there's actually, why do we have this demonic show representing Ireland? Eurovision, I was like, I don't know what she's
There was a lot of
talking
hate. Yeah, there was a lot of hate.
Well, how did she win? Is it a public vote or?
It was a mixture of public and there's a panel as well. But I think it was the public vote that got her through.
That got her through. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then they were also getting like loads of hate. Like any comments on the internet, I've seen like over 400 artists signed a petition for them not to go in Eurovision. But then I guess it was because of like Palestine and all that stuff.
Okay, so it wasn't necessarily because the person was a witch.
Yeah, but then also as well, there was comments on like Instagram and Facebook being like, what's going on? How can the Irish vote the witch to go? And like, what the hell? Like, but it was loads of old people, do you know? Like,
Right.
those are like
Yeah.
Catholics. Like, loads of
Catholics are,
like, you know.
still holding on to
Church
their
every
faith.
Sunday.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Or mass. I wouldn't say
Mass,
church.
yeah. We go church, they
We
go
go
mass.
church, they go mass. There's a difference.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
know?
actually mad.
Yeah, for sure. It is what it is. Like, the music scene is weird. It's important to know what you're listening to and what, because like I wouldn't have known if like they didn't say to me, "Oh, I'm a witch." I was like, the song wasn't bad. I would have been listening to that. But that person's there casting a spell on my head. Go for a bit.
Go for a bit,
Do you know what I mean?
please.
So it's important to actually know what you're listening to and what you're actually intaking. Do you know, there's another song that I be singing this, like it comes into my head like once in a while. You know that that song is demonic. I'm
Okay,
so
go
sorry
for
to
it,
even
go
sing
for
that.
it,
I
go
think
for
it's
it.
demonic because
Yeah.
but have you heard those lyrics? I know it's in Yoruba, but those lyrics are wild.
Translate, I'm not the best. Translate it for me.
It's like,
So
I
it's like,
know you wear the same pint.
yeah.
That's what you're
Yeah.
Like my Yoruba is not the best, so but I just know it's like night is only when you have a bath, and then I can't remember the rest of the lyrics, but the pata con or second, 1 pants 1 week.
1 week.
That is wild.
That is so
That is sick. No.
and then
Well, you know all the lyrics there now.
As you said, I used to listen to it, and I remember. I have a good memory.
Like that was that when that song came out, it was like stuck in my head. But the funny thing is, I've never actually actively gone and pressed play on my own and listened to it. It's just because it was just everybody was listening to it.
on TikTok
that
and
is
stuff.
You know-
that is majority, and I mean that. But 98% of songs is sort of in
Social
any
setting or
I
online,
never
yeah.
like yesterday we were at sort of function and then people were saying that if you know the song, I was like, I've heard it, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you the name of the song. I couldn't tell you the artist because it's you hear most of these songs, you hear them in places.
Yeah.
But like I'm not one who goes on. Let me check.
Actively, let me go listen
Let
to
me
it.
go
Who's this
back and
artist?
hear the
No.
song. You know, there was one song specifically. I think it was Palazzo when Ashake dropped Palazzo.
Okay.
It was right before our show. Our first ever show that
You
I
had to learn it.
had to learn it. So I actually clicked on it to listen to it.
Yeah.
But like I already knew most of the song.
Yeah.
But, you know-
It's
actually crazy.
Yeah.
But
It's
it'd be
mad.
out for so long.
I
It's
think
just
it's like TikTok culture, Reels culture that does this. But that song was wild, and I remember my auntie was saying to me, she goes, "Toshin, I had to really like pray and fast," and she wasn't joking. She's like,
Oh.
"I had to pray and fast to get that song out of my head because it was just constantly playing in my brain." I was just like,
Damn.
"That's deep."
No. I'm not gonna lie. The way
songs.
music actually, I actually feel that music evades mental space.
Yeah,
It does.
For me.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Because like you were trying to do something and then now that you sang that shitty balabala, that's what I'm hearing.
Do you know what I mean? And
That's
like,
literally all I'm
for me,
hearing.
it's like, why is it on Sunday morning that this song comes to my head?
Yeah,
I kid you not, because this morning I woke up, I was with my friends, and I was like, why? I'm like, but I was, I was Sunday. He's caught me again. It's the devil. No.
Devil.
It's like I was like,
It really
so then I
is.
knew, okay, this is not normal. I actually actively need to stop, like, get away from this. But yeah, that's music is a powerful thing, and it really is. And I feel like some people don't understand, or some people don't see it like, oh, it's just a song, or it's just a thing, it's just a gig, it's just a this, it's just a that. No.
Bro.
Do you know what? I think there's two types of people. There's many types of people
Yeah,
in this
100%,
context.
yeah.
In this context, there's two types of people. There's people that like always say, everything is just a thing. Like it's not really. And then there's obviously the extreme. Like
Yeah.
everything is a thing.
Yeah.
I think there's a need for healthy balance
Yeah.
between.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Oh,
You
I
get me?
heard. I seen a video
100%.
once on was it TikTok or on Instagram that when certain artists are recording songs in the studio, they'll play over and over, like they'll loop it,
Yeah.
and they'll pray over the songs.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard
Like
that.
when someone is going to listen to the song, they'll get a specific feeling, and they want
Wow.
to play over and over again so that they can have the song chart on the charts.
Yeah.
So there's like spirits behind songs as well.
Whoa.
That
There's
if you're
powers.
not careful,
There's an Irish artist. There's an Irish artist that was in a big boy band. He came out saying these things.
Yeah. I think that might be.
Yeah,
that might
he
be
came
the
out saying
video
these
that you're
things.
seeing.
He was just saying there's so many, and like I really appreciate it because there's so many demonic. Like
Wow.
he
Yeah.
didn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because there's so many demonic things happening in the music scene that people are not aware of.
Yeah.
Which is why like you think about music and you think about sort of the music industry and how big the music industry is, and you want to say that that's just you sort of eliminate the powers that may be behind that thing.
100%,
Like
yeah.
and how much music controls culture, how much music influences fashion, how like all these things, and you want to say that it's just music.
No.
There has to be a force behind.
It's more than that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, and that's
like
the thing.
you
like,
see, go on.
go.
No, I was gonna say you see eyes like say like a Doja Cat that came out just singing moo 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 to what she's doing now. You see eyes like Sam Smith
yeah.
Sam
that
Smith,
came out
Yeah.
Sam Smith
singing
scared me. That
Yeah.
switch up was
"Stay
wild.
with me"
Yeah.
love songs to doing what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Like there's something behind those things
It has to be.
that you have to be careful of, man.
And again, that's what some people were saying. Like the balance is like we know artists.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Some like you're an artist yourself. We know artists, and we know artists that have even like risen to like really good platforms or whatever
Yeah.
it is, and we know their heart. We know sort of how they operate. We know that they're
Yeah.
not. So there is people genuinely in the music industry that are genuinely like good people
Yeah.
that are making genuinely good moves, and then we can't be ignorant to the other side of it.
Yeah.
We can't even be ignorant to the things that we don't see, like the people that we don't see. All we see is the artists.
Yeah.
Actually, like, let's not be ignorant to the guys that we don't see that
True,
really pulling
true,
the
true,
strings.
True. This guy. So he's you remember Boyzone?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the guy that I'm talking about, his name is Shane Lynch from Boyzone. He literally
yeah.
goes reading an article just referencing Taylor Swift. He was one of the biggest artists in the world. You watch one of her shows, and she has 2 or 3 different demonic rituals to do with pentagrams on the ground at her concerts. Like these
Why?
things are happening.
Like, as in, so
Oh,
what?
so what you're saying is there's people behind.
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, I do believe it is possible for an artist to be ignorant,
100%.
to be like a puppet of
Yeah,
sorts.
yeah.
Do you get me? Whereby, someone her stage designer or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it is
yeah,
pitches this idea,
Yeah.
and you do it, but unbeknownst to you,
Yeah.
you're being part of a ritual. That is very possible.
Yeah.
Like, can you give them grace?
No, I can't.
Because
I wouldn't
you-
give someone,
you
I
have
wouldn't-
the influence.
I wouldn't give someone like
Taylor
okay,
Swift or
I wouldn't.
who-
I wouldn't. Yeah, I personally. What I mean, grace is like you must be aware.
Yes.
That there's a pentagram on your flipping
Come on.
stage. Do you know what I mean? You can't like the Weeknd had Satan or whatever.
Yeah, it had
his
the word
thing.
Satan
Yeah,
flash.
You can't.
Like
Those
the visuals, they mean something.
you don't. That's not like just you can't be ignorant to those type of things, especially with the level of influence that you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why is this pentagram always coming
No.
up throughout the years with all these different
Doesn't make
artists?
sense.
Do you know what I mean? What's the agenda there? There's clearly something behind that.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting, but
Music is powerful.
very powerful, very powerful.
very
Frequencies.
scary.
Yeah.
You can either ride on it, or you can let it ride off into the sunset.
But like,
Please write off.
isn't that what like in like even the Bible, right, where like David is playing the harp and is casting the demon out of Saul through music? That has to be. It's powerful.
Yeah.
It's
If,
powerful.
if that isn't a biblical example of
yeah.
how music is powerful,
Yeah.
then what
Yeah.
else is? Do you
You
get
know?
me?
Not even that,
Yeah.
that as well. But the guy that fell
Yeah.
is a music guy.
Yeah.
He's a MD.
The Lucy fella.
Yeah.
He's the MD. So
That's-
obviously,
that's-
he's gonna use that avenue to like do whatever he wants to do in the world today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so
Things he
powerful.
understands that
You
we
just
don't.
need to
It
be aware.
is. And I remember when I started doing music, I started in the church. Like I was singing in MFM choir from the age of like 12.
MFM.
Yes, ma.
MFM
ma.
choir
If
from
you
the
know
age
about
of
that
12. And that was like, I didn't even want to sing. Like I didn't want to be a singer. My mom just forced me to the choir, and I was like, "Ah, okay. Oh." I remember the first time I sang praise and worship, my brother was making faces at me, and I just started crying. I was literally singing amen, amen. And I was crying, and I was like, oh my God. And like, but in my brain, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna get in trouble when I get home now because I was crying. Like there's so much pressure
Oh,
of
wow.
like singing. But then obviously I fell in love with it when I went to school, blah, 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 blah. And then I started singing. But then like, not like my mom and dad would never say, Toshin, I want you to be a gospel singer. I want you to go do gospel. Like
Yeah.
they were happy with me doing anything.
Yeah.
But then like aunties and uncles in church were like, Toshin, if you're going to be doing this music thing full time, it has to be gospel. You need to be singing for God and all. And I'm like, I felt some sort of pressure. I was just like, but then I was just like, guys, the song I sing is not bad. Like on stage, like I know there is like one or two things now
Yeah.
that could be better. But like I don't sing about like Satan or about things. But then recently enough, I was like, okay, Toshin. I was sitting with myself in housing chat. I was like, okay, Toshin is it's getting a bit big now. People kind of know your name, especially in Ireland. Okay, how can you draw people closer to God using your music, but not saying the word Jesus or God? You know? And then I think it just hit me over the last 2 years. I started singing songs about like self-love and like loving yourself. And there's one story I usually tell with my song She. I was like, guys, when I was growing up, and it's a true story, when I was growing up, I struggled with self-love. I struggled with like my hair, my skin, my teeth. I was like, Mom, why do I have a gap? Why is my hair not like their hair? Why is my hair like, why do I have to get braids? Why is my hair not straight, you know? And I say this story, and at the end of the story, I always say, guys, my mom said one thing to me: God makes no mistakes.
Right.
You know, and that's the reason you look like this. God makes no mistakes. You know, you're beautifully and wonderfully made. I always quote that. And then like after the gigs, people be coming up to me, people be like literally like crying and all. They'll be shaking. They'll be like, that story really moved me. Thank you so much for telling that story. And like then I'd be like, okay, you're welcome. I was like, okay, can I pray with you? Can I? And then that's how like I'm telling you now, and that's how I kind of was like, okay, Toshin, you're not saying God, you're not saying Jesus, but like you're actually moving people still.
And I think that's the thing of like, you know, nowadays people don't read the Bible, they read the Christian.
Yes.
Do you get me? By how they live their life. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Someone's encounter with you in that moment could be the first encounter with Christ.
Exactly.
And for them, it's just like, I never would have thought that I went to a Toshin gig.
Yeah.
And now, all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, I'm just thinking about the idea of God.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are used to plant a seed.
Exactly. And like I love to go back to those aunties, and if they're listening now, look, I'm not saying Jesus, I love you, but I'm still, you know, pushing people in direction of like the church in one way or another, and still using my platform, or I'm trying to use my platform as well to like draw people to Christ.
Do you know what? I believe it was Tim Ross that said this, right? He was like, yeah, we don't. And he was just saying it quite raw. You know, him and my son, 5 or 6, they like to say sort of stuff like outlandish and then get cancelled, but they're driving home a point.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think it's like, cool. We don't need no more sort of whack Christian movies.
Yeah.
We don't need some more whack Christian paintings.
Yeah.
Like, and he said the church has limited the quality or the quality of some artists. Some people were supposed to be
the best in the world,
but they now have to make a play about Jesus, the birth of Jesus, nativity story. I was like, but he was supposed to be a Tyler Perry, or he was supposed to be Mel Gibson. He was supposed to be someone who was like world renowned, not in the local Baptist church on a Sunday. So when we say, hey, you must use this in this context, you're limiting the gift. Where I think the gift can be used outside the walls of a church.
100%.
So Paul says this: I became all things to all men, right? But I remained under the government of Jesus Christ. So he says, listen, I'm with you. I'm here. I'm speaking your language. I'll speak the Greek with you, but I won't conform to what you do. And I think that's the balance there. You know, even if it's not outright the words of the gospel. So Paul says this as well. He says, well, this gospel didn't come with eloquent words, but it came with power. And I think music, we just like figured out music is powerful.
100%,
so you could be preaching gospel through music. The power of God is the thing that made that person come to you and say like, oh my God, what what is that thing? And then you were able to now use the words to now guide them down the right direction. You know, so so many ways, so many avenues.
That's the thing. You know, even using that, what Tim Ross said, right? And like, imagine the church had pushed so many people out. To forsake their talents, and someone just like, yes, I just have the #1 selling movie of all time. And then it's just like, yes, what do you do on Sundays? Oh, so I go to church. What church? My church. Like, hold on, you're a Christian? Oh, yeah. Like, I am a movie star.
And you go to the next guy.
And go to the next guy.
He's in church.
Oh, I own this multi-billion car company. Yes, I'm a Christian. I serve. Do you know, like the world would be so different. Okay, now I guess I have a question. Why do you think that, in the context of like our churches and communities, why is it that they feel they need to rein you in and box you into this place? What do you think they are trying to achieve?
They're trying to achieve without someone not doing this consciously. Someone not doing this consciously.
Okay.
But what they're doing in essence is they're building their house, not the kingdom. So they want in their church to have the the best singers, the best musicians to be operating in the house. That's in Ballyfermot. Where
Be careful.
if you were kingdom
No shade.
but if you're kingdom minded, you say, okay, you operate because you're called to, you have a global call. That will bring more benefit to the kingdom
Yeah.
of God rather than this house.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I think too many pastors are house focused rather than kingdom focused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is that like housekeeping?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Housekeeping,
control.
innit?
We must
Yeah.
make sure that these people are in our place, keep them here, and you know, here's the problem: we don't have the infrastructure a lot of times. You see someone like, I don't know, have you heard of Mali music?
Yeah.
Right. So you see someone like Mali music who grew up in the church, right,
Yeah.
which was great, but then he gets to a next level. Now, did he steward everything so well?
No.
Maybe not.
No.
But there was a level he got to that he was being called into a different space.
Yeah.
I think he should have handled that new space better, but he was called to a different space because
And
the
his
church.
talent was going to make him stand
Yeah,
out.
the church.
Woo!
Like he said, once he got signed, he realized that there's a machine in the industry, and there's ways that he was able to do music that he would never have been able to do in the church.
Yeah.
Because the church has its limitations. The world, here's the problem. I even have this problem because I'm like, why is the world more creative than the church when we serve the Creator?
Yeah, because we don't push creativity.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't push creativity. We always like try
We
to
copy
box
them.
things.
The church now looks like a club.
Yeah.
Right?
Like we don't
have the lights that they have.
Yeah.
Literally.
We have
Same
the concert
equipment,
styles. We have
yeah.
to do the same music that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, why we're borrowing from them? We should learn something now.
Yeah,
then.
we don't
Yeah.
push creativity,
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and like that's a common theme across the board.
Yeah.
In everything I've been involved in, it's like, but it shouldn't sound like that. It's like,
Yeah.
but why?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it is for the edification,
Yeah.
is this not edifying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but it doesn't fit into your wherever it is in your mind. So
Yeah.
now you can't. It's like,
we're narrow-minded.
yeah, we're very, very, very incredibly narrow-minded.
Yeah.
It's like the second God is involved, it's like it needs to be.
Yeah.
But it's just
Yeah.
like no, it should be the place
Yeah.
where your creativity is completely like just
Yeah.
Free.
the full
Yeah.
expression of it.
Yeah.
It's because like they've always been doing things one way
Yeah.
for like their whole lives.
Yeah.
Now, if you come and say, "Oh, let's do it this way," it's kind of taken away. Like, why should we do it that way? What's wrong with our way of doing things?
Yeah.
Like we like this hymn.
Yeah.
In Christ, hello.
Oh.
Let's sing this thing, bro. Let's be there. What's all this? Let everything. What's all this fast music going about?
Oh man.
You know.
It's also funny because like they all only try to. Well, I kind of understand as well, but they're only trying to box you into that gospel Christian category when it comes to like stuff like singing,
Yeah.
or stuff like
Yeah.
making movies. But
Right,
your regular
right.
9-to-5 person
Yeah.
is an accountant.
Yeah.
He's
not
not.
a-
He's not.
not
He's not a
Christian
Christian
accountant.
accountant.
Yeah.
Just an
Word,
accountant.
word,
When he goes to work,
Yeah.
he can preach the gospel smartly because he's not in workplace
get
now.
fired,
He will
bro.
get fired
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But he can go to work and speak to people there. But when it comes to singing, you have to box them into that or
Yeah.
only do gospel.
Yeah.
You don't only have to do gospel
No.
if you're a
Right.
Christian.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I feel like because the entertainment industry, the demonic nature of it is pretty overt.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
yeah,
obvious,
right.
But like people think that the corporate world is
Yeah.
prim and proper.
Yeah, bro.
Most likely is not.
But okay, even speaking on like the fact that some songs are demonically overt, right? What about songs that are love, right? So you're speaking about like, what's this John Legend song? It's not Ordinary People. It's the other one.
All of you.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, right. Now I'm not saying that John Legend was speaking about God, but imagine that was a conversation between himself and God. Like. We would take it as, oh yeah, he's speaking about a woman or the love of his life, and he can pass it as that because it will be palatable to palatable. I said palatable. It will be palatable.
Palazzo.
Do you know you were about to say it right the first time, but then you corrected yourself. That's a palatable.
Nigerian, no,
Palatable.
palatable. To the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But he's aware of that the truth behind the song.
Yeah.
And when people make inquiries about the song, because the song is so powerful, his grasp, he has sort of capture the minds of everybody in the world, and they ask him, "What's that song about?" He says, "Guys, actually, that's about my love for Jesus." Now the whole thing is flipped on its head. Like,
Literally,
you
it's
know
a
what I mean?
gospel track. It's
Yeah.
this, yeah.
Whereas when we see Doja Cat, I'm not saying what was the hidden meaning behind that. It's
I know.
I know what it is.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's true,
So
yeah.
I think there's ways to exist in these spaces without conforming to what's going on.
Yeah.
But speaking about what we can all relate to and the heart behind it or the spirit behind it or the power behind it,
Yeah.
it's still Christ. That's powerful.
I think
Yeah.
someone
Powerful
like, was it Fantasia has done it a good few times.
Yeah.
Where our concert, she just started singing
Yeah.
Worship
Alpha
moments.
and Omega.
I love that.
Started
Yeah.
doing like an altar call.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy.
that's one way of
I
doing things as well.
love that.
Because
Yeah.
as I was watching, I was like, because you know Fantasia, our voice is woof.
Crazy.
Crazy dog.
Crazy. She's not real.
Like she probably started off in the church as well.
Oh, 100%.
Probably started off in the church as well.
When I see you, like, bro, isn't it bad that you could go from when I see you to see you? I live there.
There's even a connection.
No, she can sing.
Yeah,
She can't
yeah,
sing.
she
She can
is.
sing.
She's
like-
saying, man.
Oh,
Top 5.
different.
Top
She's
five.
different.
Fantasia is
Top
unreal,
5.
man.
Top 5.
Unreal.
No, actually, I don't think there's anyone else that can top her
Yeah.
right now. Anyway, for me, Tori Kelly.
Like in terms of
But she,
Yeah,
it's her,
but she's
it's
not
her
Fantasia.
runs.
She's not
See,
Fan-
Fantasia has the runs and the grit
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the range.
Yeah.
And Tori's just like.
Yeah.
But you know, do you think
Jasmine Sullivan as well.
Oh, Jasmine! Forget about Jasmine.
Jasmine.
She's quiet. She's been quiet.
Yeah,
She's
she
been
has
quiet.
been.
That's why she's been quiet.
I think she went quiet.
She
Her
released
mom
an
passed.
album.
Her mom
Hotel.
passed, and she went quiet. Her mom passed
yeah,
recently,
yeah.
and that really,
that's
like, yeah, that really had her down.
Jasmine's crazy.
Fantasia though, I'm not a big fan of her tone. Just a
Really?
straight
Yeah.
singing tone.
I like it though.
Really, I get it. I get it.
understand
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's
But
like not for
still,
everyone.
put the tone aside. Everything else, though.
Aside.
She's the range. She's the range. She can do soft. She can do high. She can do low.
Yeah.
She can belt. She can bring it back.
She can belt.
No,
that babe
actually,
can belt.
yeah.
She can
I actually don't listen to her anymore because she just makes me feel like sad.
Tori Kelly though, listen, that white girl can't sing.
Yeah.
bro.
She started off with she's still in the church. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
like
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
still.
but she's
yeah.
no more like she's not
Overtly, like, gospel,
yeah,
yeah,
overtly
yeah.
gospel anymore.
Yeah, I think.
I like. You see that whole thing of gospel artists transition to kind of.
The way you do it has to be. You have to do it well, bro.
Yeah.
It's because it's very hard. It's actually one of the hardest things.
'Cause my
the
music-
church, the church, interpret that as
Yo,
as
conform
a
to the world,
conversion.
Yeah.
yeah. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, because it's like, how can you talk about God and then now talk about love? Like it's like,
Why do you think?
but they would accept if you talk about love first and then talk about God. You know?
Why do you think they feel the need to do that? Is it because when you're a gospel artist, there's only so much you can do within
Yes,
the music
yes.
industry?
Are you talking about
Yes.
the gospel artists?
Yeah, when they conform, well, not conform,
Yeah.
when they like say I'm not a gospel artist anymore.
Yeah.
Is it because there's only so much you can do within that gospel industry?
Well, but I think it's in itself, right? There's pockets. You always be performing on BET hour of whatever. They have a gospel hour of BET awards. You're never going to perform on the main stage. The Grammys, there's always going to be the
Grammys,
gospel,
when you receive
area.
the awards, it's not aired.
It's not aired. You know.
That's wild.
Yes, but like it's because the world isn't for Christ. Does that make sense? It's
And we
like
shouldn't expect it to.
They
be.
don't care.
Yeah, they don't care
like
about that.
that.
So there's shows you won't be invited to because they perceive that.
You're a
Just-
gospel
yeah.
artist.
You're gospel,
yeah.
so-
So you're in a box, like.
Yes, so but I think which is like there's some people who are meant to be like example, there are pastors who are called to pastor a house. So pastor your house. Then there's evangelists who are called to go out of the house. Does that make sense? Like so I think operate where you're supposed to operate. If you're supposed to be a gospel artist, operate in that house and minister to the people of God in that space. But if you're called to be sort of an evangelist or maybe outside of performing in the house or sort of ministering in the house, then do that, you know. But you like the title of gospel artist will limit you if you try to go out of the house.
And
It
that's so sad. It really is, because I really do have a love for like singing in the church and singing gospel music. And like I was even like on my way here, I was just thinking, I was like, I'd love to still be able to like sing my gospel music on the stage that I have now, but how would people respond to that? Like I don't know. I'll still like to do, and I think my fan base, my true core fan base, will respond to it and they'll love it.
Yeah.
Do you know, because I was thinking, I'm writing a song at the moment and it's called God Makes No Mistakes, and I was just like, okay, Toshin, like how are you gonna like promote this. Like when you release this and you name it God Makes No Mistakes, people are gonna be like, oh, is Toshin gone gospel now? Do you know? But it's actually not a gospel song. It's literally just like God Makes No Mistakes, and it's about like love and whatever. But I was just like, why can't I just do both?
Yeah, no, but you can't. You can't. It's just we're always just worried about what the world is gonna say, like what people are gonna say.
I know.
I think
And then also there's also a thing of like, am I big enough to do that?
Yeah.
Because I might be ostracized.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
There's a level of that.
Yeah, like
that-
Justin Bieber can say I would release a gospel album, and we're like, sure thing.
Did Kanye do it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Kanye can do something
even
like that.
Justin Bieber's gospel album,
Yeah.
it was suppressed.
Yeah, well, of course.
It was like you go on his Spotify, you can't just find
You
it.
have to-
Yeah,
you have to
you have to
search
search.
it.
You have to search.
You can't just find it. You need
Yeah.
to
That's
really
true.
dig into to go find it.
Which
Yeah.
is interesting. Like, here's my other thing about gospel though, and this is probably unpopular take. Well, we were sort of discussing it earlier. It's like, you know, the world produces better music. Like, that's why I personally, I'm not even a big fan of gospel music. I'm a massive fan of worship music. You could just chant. You could sing, you know, Jacob's well will never do. And
That's
just
true,
repeat.
that's true.
Loop it. I'm there.
Done.
Yeah, loop it, I'm there. I'm
That's
gone.
30 seconds.
You-
Going
yeah.
to realms.
I'm a master fan of worship. But you see gospel composition, like when we're composing gospel songs.
Yeah. Then what's a
articulated-
gospel song then?
no weapon formed against me. That's a gospel song because it's about me.
It's a record.
It's about me and my sort of
My shortcomings and stuff like
yeah,
that.
like it's you know what I mean. It's,
Okay. And a worship song is when you're worshiping God.
It's about Jesus.
Holy, holy, holy.
It's about Him. You know what I
Okay.
mean. So
Yeah.
when it's worship,
Yeah.
I'm
Worthy.
fully for it.
Yeah.
Worthy.
Yeah. Worthy Lord.
And the way you now get to like gospel rap, a lot of it can be very gimmicky.
That's what I'm saying. So
very gimmicky.
you'd rather listen to Kendrick over, you know, some of the gospel rappers.
Yeah.
You know, because Kendrick is, it seems like Kendrick is being true to himself. Ooh. It doesn't seem like Kendrick is trying to borrow from somebody.
No.
It seems like Kendrick is doing that for himself. He's articulating his words. There are some cold gospel rappers,
Undoubtedly.
you know,
Period,
undoubtedly,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Like
But
skill wise, right?
skill wise, 100%. But it's like we see more skill in the world than we see in
Gospel,
gospel, which is why I'm like, I understand when somebody's like not so inclined to this gospel. We have to do better as people who are sort of pioneering gospel
Yeah.
to have a higher level of quality.
Yeah.
So that even the world will say, yo, because R&B is R&B. A lot of these chords, a lot of these
It's gospel,
R&B
yeah.
chords,
Yeah,
they
it's
come from
gospel,
gospel.
yeah,
Do
it's gospel.
you know what I mean? So we had that stage. We were doing those things, but now sort of flip. Now we're trying to rob their thing.
Especially
That's
like
our
go to
thing.
America as well. 90% of the musicians that go on tour with these artists, they're all from church.
Church.
Your man that plays in Transformation Church now. I forgot his name. I think it's Nick or Tony. Either Nick or Tony.
Drummer,
Drummer.
Tony Taylor, yeah.
Tony Tate. Yeah, he's playing for Transformation Church now.
Where he was playing for.
But he was a solid drummer, bro.
Everywhere.
Wow.
What's your take on gospel R&B?
So wait. Can I go first?
Because when-
Can I go first?
Because we assign like R&B to like sexual and love,
Bro,
So what's your take on gospel
bro.
singers
So
doing R&B songs?
we was going to Mayo.
Yeah.
Was that where we saw those sheep? Mayo? All the sheep on the mountains.
Yeah.
Did we go mountains in Mayo?
Yeah.
Yes, it was me. Yes,
Yeah.
when we went to the mountains,
Yeah.
guys. So on the car drive, and they were playing gospel R&B.
Yeah.
I didn't clock it until I heard the lyrics. Oh yeah.
But this feeling, the
Like
sound,
the
the
way
vibe.
he's singing is like
And it was gospel.
it's gospel,
Yeah.
but the way he's singing, like the tone, the sort of texture of his voice was quite sensual.
Yeah.
And I was like, it like to my ear, this sounds R&B, sounds.
That
yeah.
one had
But
intention.
I couldn't. I actually
He's trying to
couldn't.
get at church aunties.
I couldn't
Not
marry that with
aunties.
gospel. I couldn't. Maybe because it's new, but I couldn't marry that with gospel. I think there's a way to do it, but I think the way he was doing it was just too
What
like.
artist?
I was trying to find a name. I couldn't
Because
find a name.
even, you know, Tamela Man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
her and her husband
Yeah.
released a gospel
Sex playlist.
R&B album for marriage couples to have sex to.
Yeah.
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh wow, interesting.
So it's like when I want to listen
Oh my days.
to that. No, when I want to.
Okay,
Like I don't want to listen to that.
Top of lyric. Crazy.
One lyric.
I just sang it. Jacob's well will never do, so I will draw from you.
Wow.
And you people say it's me.
You just ruined the song for me. You just ruined the
Say it's
song.
me. So
You
like
just ruined the
it's
song.
like it's weird. Like I think there's some genres that we should just stay away from.
No,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, I think
I know
so.
they're
I
probably
think so.
trying to do something, but like, you know what, they're doing it from the good of their hearts.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Who's going to be listening to that and be like, oh, like, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what
stick
I
on
mean?
Usher when you want to do the thing.
Some slow jams.
So the last
James.
Tamala album is called Overcomer. Right? Is that the one?
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah. It's
No,
Cover looks
I don't
great.
think that's the album. That's not the
Yeah,
album.
no,
That's
it's
not
like-
the
I
album.
doubt it.
featuring Wyclef Jean and Kirk Franklin here.
Go on.
That, I don't think that's the album.
I doubt it.
Kirk recently be dancing like an R&B singer.
No,
though.
did you
He
see
been
the
doing all
one where
body
it
roll.
was in Jamaica?
Yeah,
With the
he was
band?
doing all the rolls.
See, Kirk Franklin is the reason why I defined gospel artist and worshiper.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
I
Kirk
agree.
Franklin is a gospel artist.
yeah.
Like,
True.
and that's what that actually just means is,
Yeah.
like, if I'm being honest, is music with a positive message. If we're being very honest.
I think you know. Here's the thing. Here's my thing with Kirk. Yeah, Kirk. I think
Sorry, before you go. The name of the album is Good Love.
Okay, not about
First
come on.
song is Good Love. Second song is Ups and Downs.
Touch from you. Did I say
Third
touch
song is Touch From You.
Yeah, anything from you, anything for you.
Fifth
Heaven.
song is
Heaven,
Heaven.
the love song in brackets.
The other one is
Safety in his
Safety in His
arms.
Arms.
Our corner.
In
Still
your corner.
do, Joe, still do. I love that
Us
name.
Against the World.
Still do.
And then You'll Never Find the Love.
Ah,
I hear
I
it
find the
though,
love in Jesus'
bro.
name.
Bro, I would actually. I'm gonna try and listen to that later. No.
Look, yo, I'm giving you a week.
Let me say.
You have one review for us. Come back and
Interesting. No, I was like, my thing with like for someone like Kirk Franklin, like he gave us hits, like
Hits upon
or
hits,
someone
man.
like Mary. Shackles did not only do a gospel number.
yeah. It was on radio.
It was on radio. I was in the
Yeah.
square.
Still on radio to
and I
this
still
day.
hear it
Yeah.
on radio
Yeah.
in the square.
yeah, Shackles. That was different.
That's the impact gospel can
But
have.
I don't think people see Shackles as a gospel song.
They don't.
They
which
don't,
Which is
lads.
fair. Which is fair.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? So back to All of Me,
John Legend, yeah.
It's cool. I like this. I've heard this for all my life.
Yeah.
What's the song about? Or who sang these songs? And you figure out maybe who are they? And it all eventually points back to Christ or
Yeah.
the church, wherever it is, which is the point of that. I think, you know.
Yeah.
If it's going to be world renowned, it's not going to be overtly Jesus.
Yeah.
You know. So
That's the truth.
I'm all right with
Jesus
that.
isn't for. Jesus is for everyone, but Jesus isn't for everyone. If you know what I'm trying to say.
No,
Like, yeah.
like
But then again, when you deep it, back in those days, right, with John Legend, Mary, promo was different.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't need to promote the song or do those visuals or anything the way we have to do things now.
now it's different.
Do you know, like they could just release a song and people catch it and be like, oh, it's Mary, or
Yeah.
it's John Legend, of course. But now you have to put like visuals behind it. This,
Yeah,
do you know,
yeah,
like back then they didn't have to do all that, so it's not important.
Yeah. My thing with Kirk as well now is I think he's giving us what he's giving us. He's giving us Stomp. He's giving us like all those like 90s bangers. He's
Yeah.
given us some recent bangers as well. And I think his investment in the body of Christ has been amazing. And you just rest, bro. Just like enjoy.
Rest.
I said, call it a day. Hang up the boot.
Relax and refresh. Like
The
you know.
funny thing about Kirk is like I didn't realize that man doesn't sing.
It doesn't sing that.
I've only like
Yeah.
He just shouts.
only like last year maybe I was like, this man he's a hype man.
Yeah.
Obviously he's a good
But
writer.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
He's a
yeah.
good writer and composer, but my man does
what
not
I
sing.
do like nowadays though is the Afro gospel scene.
I was just about to mention that. Go
That's
for it.
amazing.
Go for
Like
it.
people like Limo Blaze,
That's
Jackson
exactly-
Manuel.
Give
There
me
you
my
go.
desire.
Yeah.
Like that's a
And
banger.
thank you very- so
That's a
That's when it's done right.
And that's what I mean. You see, I was literally, it skipped my mind. Anatolia, Limo Blaze.
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
those guys? Like, the
Call that
world,
music.
the world is gonna say, the world is gonna say, yo, can we get a song with you guys? And they're gonna have to conform to these guys.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it.
'Cause they're not only just like, oh, singing about God. They're talented. They're really, really good. Like Anatolia,
She's a sicko.
bro.
It's sick. Like it's
Vocals.
not when you hear it, you don't think, oh, this is gospel.
But you know, she's also released like songs that is non-gospel.
yes.
You know, packed up. She has no, I'm all packed up, ready
Yeah.
to get out of the city, just by like leaving the city.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
so lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oh,
That's
she's
it.
so talented.
Like
and she's
Limo
so young.
Blaze as well.
Oh.
Like he's making like that's a sound. That's not. It's not just like
Exactly. Exactly.
I love, man.
no.
I love those type of
Sammy's
things.
on tour with him at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some place for him. Yeah.
I know. I saw him on tour, but I didn't know who he was on tour for.
Some place for him. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Shout out
sick.
to Sammy.
Like
Shout out to Sammy.
put it on God. I put it.
It's on God.
What I love about Sammy.
Oluwa is involved. Are you serious?
That's when it's done right.
Yeah.
And I don't like it when like they take songs
From
that
the world,
someone has done like an Afrobeat song and,
And
then
then
now
try to make it
try
gospel.
to,
Yeah.
Palazzo, Jesus.
Jesus.
Relax, man. Write your own song, man.
Write your own
So that's the name of this episode.
Yeah,
Palazzo
Palazzo
Jesus.
No, because that was all right maybe back in the day where we used to remix like hip hop songs like Lean Back, you know, like put a Jesus twist on it.
Now it's just lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just lazy. or
There's
it's-
one song I actually heard on TikTok the other day. It was like, I actually can't remember. Oh no, I have to come back to it. But it was a song that I think it was a Beyonce song, and they now put gospel lyrics over it.
Yeah.
You have misruled.
I can't even remember the Beyonce song. Was it Destiny Child song? Oh, it was Destiny Child song. It was, and they put like people have been gigging that song like gospel artists.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that though. Do you know? Because to them they're like, oh, we're singing about Jesus, so it's not bad.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like, there is a place to represent a song or represent art. And I mean that in the sense of like there's a space for it.
Yeah.
But not everything should be represented. Does that make sense?
Okay,
There's
okay.
a space to put the right twist or the right narrative on specific things in culture.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's music, whether it's film, you know, whether it's fashion, sort of represent what this is actually supposed to be, or the original intent behind certain things.
Yeah.
Well, the way God will want this to be presented to the world. So the world has presented something, and we sort of see that and take it and represent God's heart for this thing.
Yeah.
There's a place to do that in culture,
Yeah,
but
no, I think-
not everything.
Yeah, but I think So for example, Limo Blaze that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I think he's done a perfect example
Yes.
of that. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm going to create this sound
Yeah.
for those that want to enjoy this
Yes, exactly. That's it.
within the confines
That's
of
it.
Yeah.
our faith.
That's it.
And then there's Kirk Franklin.
You don't rave Kirk Franklin.
No. Okay, here's my thing, yeah. But even fellas on stage damn near topless, winding his waist.
He's different.
Which one of your songs are you doing that to, first of all? I
Someone-
smile, and then you're winding your waist.
Someone said, if you admitted the video while he was dancing,
You
Broke off your back.
you would think he's dancing to one Jamaican tune like that.
That's what you think. Boys,
Yeah.
okay, so I saw something this week on TikTok, and I want to talk about it. I believe there is a concerted effort to cause division in society.
Yeah.
Right, it's very obvious. So this girl, she posted up a video on YouTube, on TikTok. So it's just a random video. She watched it and then she saw the comments. When she opened the comments were, it's like they were leaning. It was a conversation between a man and a woman anyway
right,
in the
right.
video, and the comments that she saw was comments that slated the man.
Right.
And she just got curious. She goes, okay, I'm going to send this to my boyfriend, and I'm going to open his TikTok. She opened his TikTok and saw the comment. Complete opposite.
Oh, like the comments on her TikTok were different from the comments on his
Really?
TikTok.
Complete
Wow.
opposite. All of a sudden, the comments on his TikTok was like, "Oh, why isn't she understanding? Or why would the girl do this?" And I'm just like, so he's on his phone watching the same video, getting a completely different view.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do you know what's interesting about those TikTok videos, right? I like if I'm watching a TikTok video that I like, this is interesting, and I want to hear, like, it's almost like I want to see what everyone's saying about this thing.
Yeah.
I'm literally like holding myself from hitting that comment button because
I want
to
I
have
don't
my
my
own-
team to be skewed. Yeah,
Let me have
yeah,
a
yeah.
clear, like,
Yeah.
Because we can
Take on
get
this
into
thing.
that thinking a
Yeah.
lot.
Easy.
Especially Twitter, man. Like
Yeah.
something will happen now.
Yeah.
You might have one idea on it,
Yeah.
and then you now go on Twitter, and Twitter will be a whole other opinion on it,
bro.
Like your whole, like, and
Twitter's a scary place.
your opinion on the man is logical.
Yeah,
But you know, Twitter is not logical.
Twitter's scary. I can't be on
It's
Twitter.
just left.
Twitter is too different, man. Yeah, no,
But don't let your opinions be like. Don't let people think for you.
Yeah.
Basically, but a lot of people walk around thinking.
So I was talking to somebody yesterday at the function, right? And it was about the whole thing of what you want in a man, and I said to her, listen, she was asking me, and I said to her like, are you gonna have this? Are you gonna think like yourself, or are you gonna think like Twitter? And she's like, oh yeah, true. Like, and then we came to the conclusion after we sort of discussed really what she wanted in a man. It was like she just wants somebody who's loyal. She wants somebody who is
Just good
God-fearing,
foundational things.
good
Yeah.
foundational stuff. And yeah, she would like him to be tall or have money, or like that's obviously things that people want. But the way the internet makes it look like is like the money, the height, the skin color, the beard, the car, all those things are primary.
Yeah.
And people now begin to adopt that as a mindset, and quickly realize that's not the real world. You will find those guys, but you're gonna miss the loyalty.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss like all these other things that come with these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's just like when we have real conversation with real people, we realize that see these comment sections or these,
It's nothing, man.
they're all silly, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
It's just a bunch of trolls.
yeah.
It's a bunch of trolls. People have no time, like, or they have time even.
Yeah, but should I tell you what my problem is? I think we us here, and maybe at our age range, we have the ability to discern.
Yeah.
We have enough life experience to be able to come to a conclusion of like, I don't know if I agree with that,
Yeah.
and maybe I don't know enough, and I'm okay to leave it here.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna engage
Just walk
further.
away,
Just
yeah.
walking away from this.
Yeah.
A 15-year-old puppy isn't doing that, bro.
Yeah. Doesn't even have that
Do
ability.
you get me? And I feel like, especially at a younger age, you're setting them down on a path. That's why a lot of these incels, they're just a bunch of young boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the complete opposite, a bunch of old people.
Oh, exactly.
Do you know what I
Who's
mean?
stuck in her.
Do you know, there's a bunch of old people, I think, as well. Because
Yeah.
you get loads of old people with just like backwards mentality.
So
Crazy,
backwards.
crazy.
So backwards.
So I think it could be like, because I'm trying to think, when I was 14, I wouldn't, well, I don't know though, but I don't think I'd be commenting. But life was different back then. There was no
It was.
TikTok, there's none of
Different.
that.
Like the internet isn't like, they don't see the internet as being real in a weird way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the person that's making the video, they're not like human.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Just comment on the video that's
Yeah.
on, yeah,
Do you know what
not,
incel stands for? Involuntary celibate.
What? What
Wait,
is
say
it?
that again?
Incel. It's involuntarily
Oh.
celibate.
My days.
Spell in.
INCEL.
Celibates.
I hear it. I hear it.
Because no,
I hear
90% of their problem comes from that.
Yeah. If he was getting it, he's not. He has no time for Twitter. He doesn't.
Yeah, but when I saw that video, I'm just like, yeah, there's a concerted effort, and
Wow.
it's fair. These websites are probably doing it. So I guess on a macro is the big.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So on a small scale, the company's just like, oh, I just want engagement.
Yeah.
But like the cost of that engagement is division.
It's division, bro. Yeah.
It's big division.
Yeah.
That's why you see all guys are like, or women are like.
And that's the problem with those things, because as you were saying, that's where these generalizations come from that are not rooted in reality
At all.
Like they're all
They're rooted in comments.
So exactly, and this one video has 2.1 million views and 200,000 comments
Yeah.
and all these many shares, and you have now taken that sample size as a general consensus of how
and then
all
down.
this gender is, or how all this gender is, or all these people are, and all Christians are this, all Muslims are this. Like, we're just not making these blanket statements over like a series of videos.
Yeah. People don't actually speak as though speech matters. Or
Yeah.
like words don't mean anything anymore. Like everyone is. Who is everyone?
everyone?
The internet is a scary place.
Do you know what I
Very
mean?
scary, bro.
Like-
and when we was on the internet years ago, Facebook days, it was still a community, you know. Like, I was talking to my friends.
Yes.
I was talking to my friends.
Bebo days.
People
Bebo.
like,
Nah, you're
you have to
talking
accept
talking
me.
MSN,
to the world.
Now you're
now.
talking to the world.
Yeah,
bro.
you have to be very careful.
Especially if your profile is open.
Yeah.
Like my own, for example, people just follow you and they have access to
Your
your
life.
world in a sense.
Like it just takes one tweet,
Yeah.
and then you'll have 2,000 quote tweets, but
Yeah.
2 likes.
Yeah.
Long
Which
day
is-
for you then.
If you get that
Long
ratio, it's a
day for
bad
you
day.
then.
Yeah, it was
Long day.
Log out.
happened to Dave recently, didn't he?
Did it? What happened?
Yeah, with the Drake thing.
Yeah, he tweeted
What
something
did
about. He said that Drake put the UK scene on.
Okay, what was the response?
People weren't having it.
But
Yeah,
they
That's a
went
bit
to
mad
him.
to say that though.
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
Fair,
It was
fair.
just it's around the heat of the Drake
Yeah,
and
Drake and
Kendrick. Yeah.
Yeah, internet is a scary place.
Because like now, someone comes to you and tell you like, oh yeah, like obviously because you do music, people know you already, or we do podcasts, people know us already. It's just a wild thing till this day for me, anyways. For somebody to come and tell me about myself, and
Yeah.
I've never met you before.
Yeah.
It's like how is this a normal thing now? How does this happen in our world? Like somebody can tell you not everything about you, but most things about you.
It's like, why are we doing this?
How do you know this?
It's like, are you stalking me? But then you need to remember, you did that.
You
You
told them. You
accepted
told
that.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also, was it like 2 weeks ago? Someone said my full name. I'm like, I know. I'm like, how do you know that? He said, oh, you said it on pod. I said, true. Yeah, I do. True.
But you make
so
it
you
know
know,
that.
I do. I do.
But, like, do you know what's mad? Yeah, you see, everything has been sort of narrowed down to numbers. My bro, you see, if you could get 1,000 people in one space, and they're all listening to you,
It changes everything.
voluntary, not involuntary, not in sales. These what like they pay, or not, well, they're not paying, but they intentionally said we're going to
I'm
watch
leaving
you
my house
today.
today, literally to come see you.
Don't be surprised when 1,000 people tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
That's what's happening. That's what's literally happening.
Like
True.
that's even think about that's what we do with like celebrities.
Yeah.
Like we have opinions on celebrities,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
because we've met them,
Yeah.
but we've seen
Seen
them
their life,
grow
we have
up, we've
access to
seen
them.
their
Yeah.
life. And the opinions we might have of them might be wrong,
Yeah.
but it's still
90%
90% is wrong, but it's still an opinion.
Yeah.
Which is why celebrity held a little bit of heavier weight back in the day.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
MJ, like
You
you knew what you
didn't see-
knew
you didn't see what
on
I
the
was
news,
doing.
but you couldn't see.
Yeah, like celebrity back in the day, that's why it was so much better then, because
Yeah.
celebrity was shrouded in, I don't want to call it secrecy, but mystery.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
use
yeah,
that
yeah.
term. You see Will Smith at an interview because he's dropping a movie.
Yeah.
Movie's out, gone.
Gone. Yeah, you don't see him again.
I think that's why people like Beyonce, they have a big following.
They still have that element.
Like they still have that element
She's
of mystery
maintained
because
it.
you don't
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
She's not on
She's
Snapchat.
so
she's not on Instagram
mysterious.
posting. You
Yeah.
just see her when she's on tour
Yeah.
or she has something to promote. That's
That's
it.
it. And she goes back in into hiding.
She's,
Which is mad.
she's probably picking strawberries in a bag.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm telling
She's doing
you,
anything.
if Beyonce, we all know, if she drops a tour right now, just randomly, like, guys,
Yeah.
not like me now. I have to, like, a week before, I have to tell people, guys, next week I'm dropping tickets, just to board them up, and
Yeah.
then you still be chasing to sell those tickets. Beyonce would literally just put today, guys, I'm playing a world tour tomorrow. She sell out in
Yeah, she said
30
that.
seconds.
It's-
But people still have no money.
Beyonce came from the era of the celebrity though.
No.
She didn't come from that era.
True celebrity.
Yeah, she came from that era and she maintained it.
Yeah.
Whereas others thought that let's follow the trend of social media now or the society that we're in, where we need to we've got to be in their faces. Whereas like you didn't know that you being in people's faces created familiarity, which is
Yeah.
like we've
Which
lost
beats
that
content. What does
element.
it say?
Like, yeah, it's like exactly. It's like it's just Ja Rule. It's just Ja Rule.
Yeah, coming again. I'll miss this one.
Literally.
I've already seen you 2 times already. I'll miss this one.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Which is like, but then there's people who came up in this era. It was like they know how to capitalize well on being in people's faces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just I think it's two types of celebrity. Because bro, if you see Jake Paul, YouTuber boxer, or
You know,
Jake Paul or Logan
you
Paul,
know.
one you're like oh yeah, it's Jake Paul.
Because you see them online every time.
You see Mike Tyson. You're like, that's
Wow.
flipping Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
mate. Do you know what I mean?
It holds more weight.
You've seen
I don't
this.
know.
Oh, you don't know
Have
what?
you seen this? Is this?
You-
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
them.
they're fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
And now we're in a world where the both of them are fighting.
Which is insane.
It's insane.
He's gonna get battered though. Jake Paul's gonna get better
Bro,
out.
Mike Tyson is old though.
bro.
That was Mike Tyson.
Bro,
Oh, okay. And
Jake Paul's
I already
27,
wait, guys. I already know Snow's answer. I know. I can guarantee you. I know Snow's answer.
What's your question?
57, 30 years older than him. You
So-
see, you need to understand who he was in his day.
Yeah, in his
Mike
days
Tyson
though, he's
beat
old
someone's
though.
era.
Wait.
No, but what's your
I
question?
remember
Question. Let me ask you a question. You and your dad, who's winning?
Man, I think out of respect,
No.
I won't be able to go like full flow.
You full flow, and your dad full flow. Who's winning?
I can't answer that online, bro.
But you know, he just goes the answer.
He does. He said that
You said was funny about that because if you believed it was your dad would beat you, you would have said it.
That's not online, bro. That's not online. Oh yeah.
But like for me, yeah, it's like I agree with like what you're saying. I don't agree with your heart. I know your heart is saying that you're going to whack your dad. Yeah, but what you're saying is
out of respect, you won't be able to like go. You won't be. You just won't be able to.
In your mind, he's not a monster, not a monster. But in your mind, like when it comes to that realm,
that's your dad. Like that,
you've never been able to. So I feel like, okay, no matter how good of a sort of YouTube boxer I am, know who Mike Tyson is. I'm still scared of his punch. Even though he's 60.
Yeah.
You know, still scared of his punch.
57.
He's 57.
Yeah.
He looks good though. He's looking well
He
though.
looks good for
God
57.
money, yo.
Yeah. But I think when you have money, you can look good.
Yeah, man. You can get all the help you can, like, come on.
What's it called? That's Stormzy dropped a day in the life.
Yes.
He said, follow me as I get ready for a tour.
Well,
Woke up in the morning.
Stormzy's day in life is different.
He goes, woke up in the morning, went for a jog, then went to the gym with his trainer, then went to his nutritionist with his trainer.
Get out.
The whole day about your health.
Can you imagine?
Oh, so I have to log into work at 8 o'clock. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
Damn.
if you have that money, again, you can pay for that nutritionist. I say, hey, nutritionist, I want to eat. I want to be full. I also want it to taste like this. I want it to be sweet.
Wild.
And then he says, no problem. And I also want to be size, whatever.
Not even that.
Under 80 kg. And they said, no problem.
See, you see, the person you're describing here, they don't have enough money yet. Shall I tell you why?
Oh, why?
Because the other nutritionist,
So why?
the other person will say, speak to my coach. He knows what body I want.
Jesus.
Create a meal
Jesus.
plan that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Damn.
And
You
then-
wouldn't even have to waste your
Bro,
breath.
They'll not even say, this is the cuisine I like.
Money's good.
I would love to have an amazing body while eating what I want to eat. That's like,
Goal.
if there's
That's
one
the
desire.
goal.
This is my desire. That's the desire. To eat what I can, whenever I can.
And have 6 packs.
That's 6 pack.
Oh,
6 pack.
Because we're getting to an age, right? One meal throw you off, bro.
Yeah.
One meal throw
I'm
you
feeling
off.
It throws off your whole progress, bro. Your whole progress,
Show
bro.
you off
You
badly,
step
bro.
on that scale, 2 kg extra.
Bro,
I just have one thing, man.
No, it's
Hard.
different, man.
Oh.
I was like, bro,
Here.
I went football this week. I went football like twice. I went football on Thursday. I went football on Saturday because I was like, bro, let me just get calories down, like anything,
I
bro.
mean, whatever we
Let me
put
burn, let me
Nice.
burn
I'm
something.
going to walk for the sake of it. Just walk.
it gets like that.
Have you guys received any racist abuse in the last like 3 years?
I don't think so, you know.
Definitely. Do you know what? I actually have. Well, no.
Online or
You
something?
would, though.
Online, no. My people are really nice to me. But you know why? I think it's because I don't want to say I have split personality, but
Just did it there.
but I feel like I can be very white and I can also be very black.
Yeah, okay, that's all right.
So then-
you're Irish. You're black Irish.
Do you know? So I have a way that people can.
Yeah.
No, but I think physically,
Yeah.
like, is physically even right? Wait. Let me just give you
like
an example.
person, like-
In person.
Yeah.
So I was on the train, but I was in a different country. I was in Germany. I was on the train.
Makes
and-
sense.
Sorry, you know what? There's actually no point of this story. I just said Germany. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but I'll finish it anyway for the sake of it. But I was on the train and in Germany, and it was like pure empty. And do you know the way like there's like four seats, like cubes. I call them cubes, little cubes.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's like it was pure empty, but like so there's one cube and another cube. 4 people were sitting on this cube, and this other cube was empty, right? But then this old woman, she came in and she sat in the empty cube, and I was like, let me go sit across from her because why not? So I sat across from her, and that's how this old woman she looked at me, she just got up
Oh,
and moved to
Jesus
the other cube with her 2
Christ.
other people. I was just like,
That is
I
crazy.
was like, am I smelling? Like, what's going on? I smell good that day. I just showered, you know what I
That
mean?
hurts, bro. I won't like that
No,
hurts.
I will
That
never
hurts.
forget that. That happened like a few months ago, but that still hurts me. So I was just
Bro.
like,
I don't, do you know, whenever I see that, I don't feel pain.
oh, really?
I
Bro.
don't. Because I'm just like, I'm not, be on camera. Be on camera. I won't say what.
Bro, because like I was driving.
Let's just say that you're 90 years of age.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, like you're about to go down.
Oh,
You're about to meet your maker.
Dear local.
Dear local. Dear local.
literally.
If wind blows this way, you know you can go.
You're so bad.
You know you can go.
See, I didn't think of that. I didn't think
If
of
wind
that.
just takes a little turn,
Bro,
you can collapse.
But that woman was lucky that she was able to make it to the other side. Listen,
I just like to be honest. I just felt sorry for her. I was just like, in this day and age,
you're still
really
miserable.
still
You're
doing that.
Yeah. Like I was driving to in Blanche the other day, right? Now, in all fairness, what's your man's name? What's the police officer we had in? Shubami. Like, you know, this is allegedly. I was on my phone. Allegedly, you know, I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't actually, but John, the guy called John was on his phone, and he so pulled out.
Oh, Shubumi stopped you?
No, not Shubumi. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, in case he's watching.
Okay.
So John doesn't get in trouble.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he pulled out whatever it is, and so obviously didn't see a car behind it that was sort of coming quickly, and so he had to slow down obviously, and then beat up John. So as he's going, like he's now overtaking John's car, and he's like driving beside him. John's like. You know, you're wrong.
You know when you're wrong, just look straight.
And he's like looking like, So he goes in front of me. He's looking at his back mirror. He put his middle finger up to the sort of the rear mirror, so John can see it. He's put his hand outside, let John know. Like he wants John to see because he has realized that John is not paying him any attention. So he wants John to see that he's upset, he's slowing down. He's upset about this. And John is not giving him any mind. So we get to one roundabout. And we get to the roundabout. He rolls down his window and he goes, "You spastic nigger." And I just said, yo, when he said that, yo, I won't lie, I just giggled a little bit. I was like, yo, what the hell?
I've never seen those two used together. Those two.
That is bad.
Bro, I was like, yo, I was like, he was upset. He was upset. I think what made him more.
Because you were not giving him the time of day at all.
No time of day. I was like,
He's like, I'm gonna make you know.
You're gonna realize, like, because that's happened before.
And what did you do?
No, when he said it, I looked at him and he goes, "He smiles, nigga." I just looked back. I was like, "You're right, man."
It's true. It's true.
I just kept driving up, but like he was saying to me, in essence, what he wanted me to get from that whole thing was that, like, you're going to
acknowledge me.
You're going to acknowledge me.
Yeah. One way or another. If you can't see me outside,
you're going to, you know. Yeah. But that was like the reason I asked that is because like I haven't received that in years. Like in years.
Well, you guys, you know, Sha, I think it's coming back. Like, God forbid. But because have you not been seeing Irish Lives Matters, all this immigration?
Oh, bro.
It's coming back.
I seen it on
coming back.
on the what's the posters that's about now.
Irish Lives Matter.
Someone is Irish Life Matters.
Yeah, there's one man. That's a slogan. Irish Lives Matter.
All right.
Do you know,
bro? Is that bro? If we're getting there,
time to go and do your Nigerian passport quick.
Bro, we were saying earlier, if Ireland decides to defend, starts siding with certain nations in the world and starts saying, "Oh, what we're like, we're allies with this, whatever," and then the ops say, "Oh, Ireland's on our radar, let's bomb Ireland."
Tension is now bubbling.
The second I hear there's tensions rising between Ireland and this,
guys, I'm
getting straight back to
Sky Scanner,
bro. What do we? KLM immediately back to
not even the
direct.
best price, just the cheapest. Not even cheap. Let's just go.
I don't even mind if we have to do layover anyway. Let me get out of this island, bro.
I'm not even joking, lads. Get that green passport.
One bomb
will take us out.
We're done.
Like they can drop a bomb in Cork.
Dublin
No, it's not that
Dublin's
affected. Affected means there's a chance for hope. There's no hope. Done. Finito. I think it is coming back, but I think government has a really big part to play as to why a lot of these fringe communities are getting their
the
chest
far
up.
right, that's what they're called.
They're getting their chest up. Because, like, bro, you know, the immigrants that the government is allowed to come into the country, right? Where are they putting these immigrants?
In the hotels.
In hotels?
Yeah, where?
In all these communities,
Bro, Kulok, Ballymun, Tala, yeah? You're not seeing them in seeing them in Black Rock and
you're
not seeing them in these places, and these places already have issues of their own that they're dealing with.
That's true.
They have big issues that they're dealing with.
These guys are going to come and they're going to look for employment in those areas,
bro. And you're bringing in a group of quote unquote men from a different country that are unvetted. Let's be honest. If you're going to be completely fair, we don't know who's who. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So an under-supported community, and then you're bringing in these bunch of men, putting them in hotels.
Doesn't make sense.
My house is not even as nice as that hotel.
Literally. Now people will be pissed. You get? I understand the aggravation. I understand the aggravation.
And then all of a sudden, vote me in next term.
No.
F off.
No.
Well, I think they're trying to clamp down on it a bit more because there's Gardaí now up now, you know, because people go through the UK to try and get into Ireland.
Yeah.
So they've caught like I think about 50 to 60 people in the past month trying to get into the country illegally,
wow.
and they just send them back straight. So
Yeah,
they just send them back straight. So
I actually watch Border Control, and you see that happening a lot. You see that happening a lot. It's really, really crazy.
coming into the country on, like, I can also understand it from their point of view. Like the people that are coming into the country, like on very, like they're probably trying to run away from something from their country. Like they're probably living rough. Like you won't be living okay in your country and trying to come to another country illegally.
No.
Yeah, true.
They're probably living rough.
Or you're running away from something you've done.
Yeah.
Possible.
True.
Possible.
That's you.
So when these people are saying, "Oh, these unvetted men," I'm just like,
That's you. You're a criminal. That's true.
like
that's true.
Like they're not like some of the arguments. I think so. The ones that are able to articulate themselves well, I think sometimes what I do see, what they do say. Sorry, I'm like, you know what? You're not stupid.
No.
You kind of have a point. Do you get me? But then obviously there's the ones beneath. The less maybe educated ones that are just like, sure, just get them all out.
Yeah.
I don't care how long you've been here. Just
Exactly,
get them all out.
exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
That one I said, any jippos, remember that one on the day of the burning? Any jippos, any blacks, whoever.
Oh yeah.
If you see them in the streets, sort them out.
What?
Yeah.
Ah, God have mercy.
Yeah.
Guys,
That time was actually
no.
crazy. That time was
No,
crazy.
Can you twist that from me, please?
What the
Yeah,
lights?
yeah. Please.
That's so scary, lads.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. Toshin, music, talk to us.
Just released a new single.
Yes.
I just released my new single produced by Sammy.
Sammy's
Oh, solo.
unbelievable,
So that was the
yeah.
first time I've worked
Sam's
with
getting a lot of love.
a black person.
Oh,
Sorry, I was trying to think of a better way to say it. Yeah, that's the first time I got my music produced by an African person, and it's been one of my best songs so far. But Sammy's a legend. You know what? I had writer's block for 7 years, and I wasn't able to write. And
wow, that's a long
7
time.
years.
7 years, I had
Wow.
writer's block. I was working with songwriters for the last 7 years, and I just felt like it's time to just do it by myself. And I've been praying to God. I was like, God, please just give me the spirit of creativity, guys. You know, it's great having a great voice and all. Like, not saying, actually, no, I have a great voice. Yeah,
Come on, sis.
it's great having a great voice and all. But imagine not being able to make money from it with like writing your own songs and like
Yeah,
other people that
right,
are making money
From
from you
your
writing your
songs.
songs,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're just like, what's
Yeah.
the point? I was like, I can't keep going. So I've been praying about it. I remember Hallelujah Challenge in
Like Hallelujah
October.
has helped many people.
guys,
Has helped
I don't
many
miss
people.
that. That's not a joke. I don't miss
Yeah.
Hallelujah Challenge anymore because
Yeah.
I've seen what it's actually done to my life.
Yeah.
So last Hallelujah Challenge was one of my prayer points. I was like, God, I just want that spirit of creativity. But then I was also like doubting myself. Like, how you can't just wake up one day and just write. Like, I don't know. I was just doubting myself. But I remember literally the 6th of February, I had a fight with one of my songwriters. December, like a lot of stuff went down.
Well, what did you fight?
It was just deep. I just found out that the person was kind of taking some of the things that she wasn't meant to be taken.
Oh,
There
You know,
There you
and
go.
I was just like, right, it's time to
That'll do it.
not trust people anymore. So anyway, I was just like, I need to start writing. But 6th of February, that songwriter actually texted me. And she was like, oh, you didn't, because 6th of February was my birthday party. She's like, you didn't invite me to your birthday party. And I was just like, yeah, no, I just don't feel comfortable. But then it felt like that night a chain just broke. I kid you not. Once like me and her there's tension, and it was known that there's been tension between us, something just broke. And that night I wrote my first song.
Can you imagine?
That
you
night,
imagine?
guys, I promise you, that
Can
night.
you imagine?
Let me tell you something. She was the hindrance. She was the blockage.
Can you imagine? That's testimony.
Got rid of the blockage.
Spiritual.
You're supposed to give that testimony in MFM.
Got rid of the blockage.
So that there was a hindrance.
She has
That's nice,
she has your
guys.
picture in Calabash.
Yeah, no match.
She was stealing your creativity.
Guys, after she said, why was I not invited to your party? And I didn't even reply to her. But that night I was washing plates, and this melody just came. Din, 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 din. And I just went upstairs, and I kid you not, in
That's
20
right.
minutes I wrote that song.
Got your voice.
And that's the song that I wrote with
Yeah,
Sammy.
yeah,
Me and
that's
Sammy,
sick,
like
that's
Sammy
sick.
produced.
Wow.
That's it.
That's
Wow.
testimony.
And
That's
since
testimony.
then,
You're supposed to give that
since
testimony.
then, I've written about 12, 13 songs.
Wow.
Even on my way here, I was like finishing that God Makes No Mistakes. I was like writing the melody and not. And like, guys, I don't play an instrument. I don't do nothing. It just,
Wow,
the
just
melodies
came.
just come. And I just keep praying for that spirit of creativity.
The blockage.
Bro.
7
They call that one
years.
called EP. Enemy of
7
progress.
years. Oyinbo.
Those ones.
And people saying no, it's your people that will do you dirty. You're skinny. You don't know what these people are carrying.
People, it's people that will
We're
do
telling you
this.
something that we know.
That's actually crazy. Though. That's
Isn't
crazy.
that wild?
This is how we that represented that.
I'm screaming. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
Wow.
So that's how I
Because
wrote
when you
it.
said 7 years, I was just like, wait.
That's a
hold on.
long time.
That's
to
a long
write as well.
time.
I know, like, if that was biblically, 7 years means something.
Number completion.
But as soon as, you know, Nathaniel Bassey always says that 7 is the kini God.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
always
yeah,
saying these things.
yeah.
I need to go find out what 7 means because 7 years I was not able to write a song. And anytime I did write something, do you know what? I'd always go back to that person and be like, what do you think of this? And they'd be like, no, that's not good. No, that's not good. So then I started building in my head. I can't write. So I just stopped writing. I was like, I'm just going to depend on you to write. And then last year after praying, I was just like, Toshin, you need to start writing for yourself.
Damn.
And yeah, I wrote it for my fantasy. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Wow. God looked out for you there.
He really did. God,
100%.
always favors and smiling on me.
And working with Sammy, how was that how was that process? What does that look like?
Basically, I wrote this song in 20 minutes, right? But obviously I can't play an instrument, and I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. So I was just thinking, okay, now that you and your songwriter have departed, you don't have anybody, you're Toshin, you're literally standing on your own. And my agent kept telling me, he's like, Toshin, you're not getting festivals, you're not getting gigs because you're not releasing.
Right.
Because I haven't released properly in 3 years. Do you know, I've just been doing my Aretha Franklin and my Nina Simone, and he's like, you can't keep doing that. Like, you need to start releasing.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, well, now there's no songwriter. It's just me, myself, and I. What am I going to do? So I was just like, okay, I need to put some money aside. I was like, I'm going to put like 500 euro aside, and I'm just going to throw this money basically in the bin to go work with other people and just experiment with this money and find a way of like finding my own groove of writing. So I had to put some money aside because you can't like, I don't know. So basically, Sha, I just texted Sammy. I knew Sammy was really good, and I know he's been working with like
A lot of people.
Nolea, lots of people, and I really like the sound.
Yeah.
So I just texted him, I was like, here, bro, I want to start writing, but I don't know how. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I can't play instruments. He goes, right, book in a session with me. So then I was like, right, I'm going to fly to London and book a session and write with Sammy. So I did like a day with him in Pirate Studio, and we just came up with fantasy and melody. Like Fantasy is a song, sorry. We came up with like the melodies for Fantasy. He helps me a few lyrics. But the thing that I got out of that session the most is he goes to me, Toshin, you're good.
Yeah.
He's like, Toshin, you're really good at writing. Your melodies are actually amazing. He just gave me that confidence, and that's all I needed. That's all I needed. And then after that, I just started writing back to back, like melodies just coming to me. I literally be stopping in the street recording to my phone, like
That's it. No,
on
that's
the
it.
train recording to my phone.
Do you know what? On the side note as well, right? The people that surround music,
Yeah.
right? So the writers, the producers,
Producers, yeah.
like people don't actually talk about how much they influence and impact
Yeah.
the artist's ability to do what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
True.
Because like
Very true, very true.
and we can talk about it in two sides. First of all, your blockage, we just call that.
Let's just call blockage.
Yeah, your blockage when you went up to her with ideas that were probably good.
Yeah.
She'd shut it down.
Yeah.
That impacted your ability directly. And then alternatively, you're actually good. And you're just like, actually yes I am.
Actually, yeah.
And I'll act
That's it.
accordingly.
That's it.
It was such a switch. It was such a switch, and Shall we released the song, wrote the song. The song has been getting a lot of weird publicity, good publicity, weird publicity, like in the sense that like my friends are like, who's this song about? Because obviously it's called Living in My Fantasy. And you know,
Who are you fantasizing about?
I fantasize by who I want to fantasize about. But there was one particular. If you want, do you want to know the story? Should I just tell you the story? So basically,
Good promo.
About good promo. I'm screaming. It's not even about promo. This is just the truth. This is the truth. But when I write and my song, when I perform and I tell songwriters and whatever, it needs to be like my truth.
Right.
I don't just write about like things like, oh, I read this book and it's about Twilight. No. I write about like real things that's happened to me or something. Yeah. So basically, I went on I want to say I went on a date, but I don't want to. At the end of the story, you guys can tell me if it was a date or not a date. So basically, I invited this person to my birthday, and this person was like, "Oh, I actually can't make it, but you know what? Let's go out for food, just to make up for it, right?" So I was like, "Okay, come." So then, but the date to be picked was like it was going to be in like 3 weeks.
Okay.
So in those 3 weeks, I was just like, I'm so excited for this this date,
Look, I wrote this down because I wanted to talk to you about it. I wrote it down
screaming.
because I wanted to. She put this on her Instagram. I was like,
Okay.
when she comes on the pod, I want to talk to her
Look,
about
right,
it.
what I'm telling you right now. So I was just like, okay, 3 weeks to this date. I was like, I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. What am I
So
going
you
to
fancy the
wear?
fella, yeah?
I think, yeah, because like the energy he was giving me, like we were talking since like December, but not talking, just here and there we'd be texting,
Yeah,
you know,
right,
like.
right.
So then I was just like, okay, I think this, and then the fact he's like, he's not coming to my birthday, and he was the one that said, let me take you
Yeah.
out. So I was like, oh, I think he likes me. Okay. So
Alright.
those 3 weeks, I was just fantasizing, okay, what am I gonna wear? Okay, what am I gonna say? Okay, maybe we can get married. Okay, because my mind goes,
That's women. Yeah. It is
Yeah.
women. It
my
is women.
mind goes crazy sometimes. So then the date came. The day of the date came. You know, you guys are laughing. No. The day of the date came. I got my nails did. You know, I went to Aurelia. I got my nails did. Me wig, straight me wig. You know,
Quickly shout out
I
Leah's
even wore
nails.
boot heels. Guys, I don't wear heels for nobody
Yeah.
because that's a stress.
You wore boots.
Boot heels.
Boot heels.
Boot heels. There's a difference. You know, I wore one nice dress. I look good.
Okay.
So, and then I realized it was the person's birthday like 3 days before we met. So I was like, you know what? And I'm a nice person. I'm a lover. I love to love, you know.
Right, so you got them a little gift.
No, oh, actually I did. Damn, I forgot I got them the Lindt chocolate. Damn, I did get them the Lindt chocolate so bad. Anyway, I got them Lindt chocolate.
So bad.
But what I did was I got to the restaurant like 10 minutes before, and I ordered the person a cake, and I put happy birthday. I got them to put happy birthday on the
Right.
plate, all that jazz. You know yourself,
Right.
like. And then as soon as I tapped my card to pay for it,
Yeah, there you go.
the person walked in,
There you go.
but he was wearing a tracksuit. But in my fantasy, he wasn't wearing a tracksuit.
So you wrote a song about this?
Yeah,
That's what you released?
yeah, even in my fantasy.
That's
I love
unbelievable.
that.
That's unreal.
No, I love
That's
that.
class.
No, if I could write, I'd write about my shoes are great.
Yeah.
The insole and the outsole and the midsole. What?
That's
You
up,
know,
no.
I remember I was telling Sammy this story, and Sammy was like, Toshin, you're a bit crazy. And I was like, yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, but you made that up in your head, though. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That,
No, man, like,
you
majority of that
said-
experience.
that was you. That's on you. You know what he was saying? He was saying, you know, when I'm free, I will make up for not coming to your birthday.
But I was like, no, we're going
So
on a
we'll eat
date.
something. Nah, you said
No.
you heard what
You
you heard
said
was the-
marriage,
And
kids.
Yeah, this is
You
my
went- you
problem,
went
guys.
there.
This is my problem, guys. You say one thing to a woman, and she takes it as something else. That's me generalizing. That's wrong. That's wrong. No,
Thank
not
you.
all women.
Some women.
Some women.
Majority.
No, sorry, because in December he was like, yeah, let's go, let's do this, let's do that. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then he's like, oh, let me come to your birthday. Oh, but I can't make you know what, let's go out. I want to take you out. And then I remember I actually saw him. I don't want to, because if I drop too much, so y'all will know who this is. So a few days ago, I went to his, like, he had like a listening party thing that I went to. And then, you know,
What, a few days ago?
no, not a few days ago. This was like in February.
Aye.
Oh, no.
Around February. Oh, okay. Oh,
God, I'm sorry. This was back
Who released it? Who
in,
released
this was back in March or July.
It was thinking, no.
Don't say the name. Don't say the name. Don't say the name.
Oh,
I said, yeah, he did.
He did, didn't he?
so, what you doing, man?
I'm gonna type it so you can see that, so you know that I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm sweating because the person doesn't know the songs about the person.
I know it.
Oh, Jesse.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
But I don't know if you guys have seen the visuals.
No, but
If you look at the visuals, who's the person?
I know.
Because that's the person, but the person doesn't know. The person in the visuals is the person. Oh God, I've
Oh,
talked about-
you just said it now,
Yeah,
though.
you know what? Can we cancel that? But anyway,
Mark it
you know what? The person needs to know who it is, and so I don't even care because I'm Toshin and I stand what I
Yeah,
say, and
yeah,
I'm confident in what I
exactly,
say,
yeah,
and I do what I want. I think the person wants to have a chat with me. Let them come up.
Yeah.
But it's okay. So but anyway, yeah, you know, okay. So I
put
went
up
to the
a tracksuit.
person's party.
Yeah.
A few days ago, a few days before we went on our date or
Yeah,
the meetup,
yeah,
and
Link up.
the link.
him-
And
for
then
him, it was
the
a link up.
person said to me, "Oh, I can't wait till Monday." Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, where are we gonna go?" She's like, "Don't worry, I'll sort that out."
Yeah. Food. Like he was hungry.
No,
Like,
no.
he was after a meal.
No. Because why would you tell me you sort that out? Why would you tell me I'm excited? That's putting something in my mind.
Yeah, no. Sometimes people are just
Is it-
excited
is
for the
the
food that
sense
they're going to
to
eat. Yeah. He was like, this restaurant.
No.
Wait. Here's what happened. He was craving Captain America, for example,
No,
right?
no.
For ages, right?
But, but the funny thing is, we didn't actually go to the place he wanted to go because he didn't know the place he wanted. So I ended up picking the place anyway.
Toshin, honestly, yeah, it wasn't a date. It's a link up.
It wasn't. It was a link up when he walked in the tracksuit. Yeah, and I remember
Before
the
that.
fantasy. The fantasy just popped as soon as he walked in. Like, guys, I will
This
never
balloon
forget.
just-
Wait, so
The fantasy just popped because I visualized exactly how it's gonna
And
be.
how was your face after that happened?
I was just like, why am I in these heels? My life. I came back to reality. I was like, why am I dressed like
Oh,
this?
that would have even been embarrassing, no? Because you're like overdressed. And he's
Overdressed,
like,
yeah.
he probably look at you like, what? What's she on with?
And we
Damn.
just went up and we just awkwardly ate. We awkwardly ate, and I was like, I just want to go home.
Who paid for the meal?
He did, of course.
All right.
But I still paid for the cake. And do you know the most embarrassing part is we were talking and like he was telling me his type, and then I was like, no, that's not your type. And he's like, what's my type?
she's like, no,
I was like,
describe me.
guys, you know what? I have no shame. I really don't have shame. I don't.
Like, describe
And I was like,
me.
no, that's not your type. And he's like,
Yes.
who's your type? And I go, it's me. And he actually just changed the subject. And as soon as he changed the subject, what
Yeah,
happened
it's
was,
love. It's love.
happy birthday. People came in with that, happy birthday to you. And I awkwardly was like, just taking video, just to not be awkward. And he was just like, why did you do this? I was like, oh, it was your... And then he was like, no, but it was our birthday, happy birthday. It was just really awkward.
Our birthday.
Because it was my birthday a month. It was just, yeah. So that's...
How are you? How are you after that?
Yeah.
I haven't gone to therapy yet, but
That's
I wrote a song about
I
it.
understand, right? And a song about it.
I wrote-
You must release that some way.
Because that's a series of.
But the funny thing is, this happens to me all the time. If you know my story, if you come to
Wait, Toshi. Let's. Who else?
David is a prick.
Who else is in your life? Who else is in your life?
said,
You know, we discovered one thing. We discovered that writer that was in your life. Who else do we need to eradicate from your life? That this
There's
is.
another blockage number two.
How can you be? How can you always
How
be?
can that be a norm?
How can it be a story? It cannot be a story.
I
Say
know. Do you know what my friends say, Toshin? You do this to yourself.
yes.
Oh, you agree? Okay.
Wait.
She expected you to say, "Oh no, you don't."
Listen.
But this is why I'm
gonna
in
be
denial.
free in
And
2.
this-
That's the problem. Someone can't tell you something in advance anymore because 3 weeks in advance you already built a home.
Living in my fantasy.
life.
You
But
already
you
applied
get
for
why
houses.
living in my
Housing
fantasy
in the
is
south of
sweet.
Ireland
She's on her third pregnancy. in 3 weeks.
in 3 weeks.
At least you got a song out of it.
I did, and
Yeah,
it's a
you got to-
banker, and it's doing very well.
Yeah. That's it, man. Yeah, that's
You won.
I won exactly, guys. That's the
won.
thing. I won.
You
That is so
won.
funny.
But these are the stories. But this is what I love about Toshin, because these things happen to me, and like I can bring it to my fan base, and my fan base
Yeah, love it. They eat
this.
up. Yeah, for sure.
They love my stories, and I tell the stories when I perform, and the people are just like, "But okay, lads, I tell the story and whatever." But let's be real. This is a lot of people's realities. A lot of people.
Yeah,
do
it's
this.
true. It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
That's why a lot of people can relate to that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's no. The issue is like, you know, when it comes to communicating with someone that you're potentially interested in,
Yeah.
it's very weird to say, "I like you. I would like us to."
Yeah.
right,
Life doesn't work out that
Yeah.
way. So it's,
But I would
it's-
love that.
Yeah, but it's subliminals and mixed messages
Yeah.
and wait, they said this.
And,
Did they mean?
and a lot of awkwardness.
And a lot about did they say this?
Yeah.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
And then your situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've heard many girls in conversation tell me like they meet a guy and they have already thought about marriage
It's so
with the guy,
crazy,
which is like
isn't it?
it's like it's interesting that can happen in one meeting, but you know, kind of sounds
A bit crazy.
a bit crazy, you know.
I don't think it's crazy.
Okay.
I just think it's a lot of people's realities, and a lot of people can, you know,
Living their fantasy.
live in their fantasy just like me. And one day that fantasy might become a reality with the right person.
I feel like that's happened to me as well, though.
Obviously, it has. It's happened to all of us, guys.
Actually, it has though.
Oh,
Oh, me too. I have my own as well.
Yeah, like I said, no. So, but not the first time I met this person. But I think.
but that wasn't the first time I met that person. to be
I know,
fair.
I know. But
Okay.
you see, maybe like, you're right. A conversation can happen,
Mm-hmm.
and you could go there, but it has to be the person that. Like there's a logical part to this fantasy
Mm.
as well. Do you know what I mean? Whereas
I was like, as in, explain the logical aspect.
okay, so you're talking to somebody,
Yeah.
and she says something, and you're like, oh,
does that mean?
No. She says something that's like that you like,
Okay.
and you're like, oh, that's a good woman, for example.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
And then he goes, what if?
Okay,
What
okay,
if?
okay,
What
okay,
if?
okay,
What
okay.
if? What if? And you get there.
Yeah.
But it was based on something that was like she said something that was like profound.
Okay. Not. Not where do you want to go?
Yeah. No, where do you want to go?
That wasn't how it started. It was like, but guys, that person to will be sending me love hearts. I can show you. I've gotten 1 or 2 love
Did you
hearts.
say what's happened to B?
What? No, he did. No, I'm fighting it. Because I'm not crazy. No, but I'm not even crazy. Men are actually trash. No, I don't care. Men are
No,
trash.
didn't notice she counted. She goes 1 or 2 love hearts. You're counting them.
No, I'm
What
gonna
color
fight
were
it.
the love hearts?
It should be red.
Red if it's crazy.
Do you know, this is probably going to be hard to say on my
actually so
part.
sad.
You know, people actually communicate with emojis. Like, if you write a straight message with
Sorry, it's not an X. That's an X.
that's an X.
That's an X. Let me know if you're pulling up X. Come on.
What does X mean?
Oh,
Kiss.
X is like hugs and
Kisses,
kisses,
no.
no? He's just been nice. Just a nice guy.
3 love hearts.
Wait, hold on. But what is it for? Thank you.
Did he want to love
I said
hearts?
thank you, and then he sent me 3 love hearts.
Yeah,
but
he's just
his
saying
reply
love.
is closing the message. He's like, let's stop now.
No, because that's what I do. I've said 3 or 2.
No, guys, you don't send love hearts randomly to people.
You do.
Or maybe love has don't mean the same to me.
No, because
But
girls
look at all
like
these voice notes. Look at all these voice notes.
You guys,
That's an effective way of communication.
but girls like
Okay.
have different colors of love. Like the white one means something.
Yeah.
The black one
Really?
means
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
Black one
That's
means
Yeah.
something.
the blue one.
And the red one is only for like someone that you like you're going out with, or like your boyfriend or something like that.
Serious.
What does that say?
He said, thank you, sweetie.
Okay.
And that goes happy Val XX.
So, 2 X's.
Happy Vals.
Happy Val.
Yeah, but hey, Toshin.
Wait, does that person talk like that though?
But what are you implying?
No, like there's some people that's how they will speak.
To anyone.
To
like-
anyone,
Like
yeah.
anyone is sweetie.
Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah.
is
And Toshin, like, here's my question. Like, so he said happy Val.
Yes.
Did he take you out
He didn't
so far?
take you out. You see now.
Are you looking for a relationship?
No.
Actions speak louder than words.
I'm not looking. I've been single a year now.
Okay.
And I'm living in my singleness and I love it.
Yeah.
But if a relationship comes, they come.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I would
Don't
say no if it's with the right person.
Yeah, 100%.
I wouldn't say no, but I'm not here for messing around. There's no time
What was your biggest takeaway from your last relationship?
to live. No,
Oh,
no,
God.
sorry. No, my biggest takeaway from my last relationship, like real talk, is to live for myself and not for the other person.
All right.
Because I was living for my partner.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. I was
That's a good takeaway.
Yeah, I was
That's a
living
good
for my
takeaway.
partner for a year, and yeah.
What was I don't want to answer this question, but since you're here.
My takeaway?
Yeah.
My last relationship. Relationship. Because, after the relationship.
There's relation.
Link ships.
There's relations. Yeah, link ships. Yeah. But my last relationship, my takeaway was you make time for the people you care about, and I didn't. And not because I didn't care about her, but I didn't.
Wasn't a priority.
It wasn't a priority, and it wasn't I didn't make the decision to prioritize her.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
now I realize that if I care about you, I must make time
That's
to
your
show
first
that I care about
priority.
you.
Yeah.
Biggest priority. So
Yeah.
that was mine.
What was yours?
I don't have any.
Oh yeah.
All round.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's mad. That's sick. I wasn't aware of that, but now that he says, I'm not
Yeah.
like surprised by it.
Like link ship, yeah.
Yeah. I get you.
What's your takeaway?
Because you care for someone doesn't mean you have to stop kind of caring for yourself. There's a balance
It's
there.
so
that
hard,
exists.
especially
You
when
get
you're
me?
like a lover person. You just care about that person so much. You lose yourself.
Yeah.
I lost myself. Like I was living for my partner so hard, and I just wanted to be the person he wanted me to be, but it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Do you know?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I lost myself so much. And I remember when we broke up, people were asking me, "Oh, how are you getting on? How are you?" And like the only thing I could say is, "I'm living."
Wow, that's mad.
People are like, "How are you getting on? Are you okay?" I'm just like, "I'm living." How are you happy? No, I'm living. Because I didn't live in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
I was living for somebody else to make sure that they're happy because they want me to dress like this and talk like this and do my nails like this and do my hair like this.
Oh,
Do you know?
on the vibe.
Very controlling.
What would you say about that actually? Like someone who wants you to sort of it is crazy when somebody meets you a certain way and then they start asking you to sort of
I wouldn't
change.
say, I wouldn't use the word controlling. I think it's like we're humans and we can make our own decisions for ourselves. So I could have in that moment be like, oh, I don't want to do this, but because of the love I have for that person, I wanted to change. You know. But yeah, it's a really dark place. And I remember today I was just looking at. Don't ask me why, but today I was looking at like old pictures because it's going to be a year now, like next week, and that was the person I actually was like, oh, I'm going to marry this person. I was like, this is my husband. So I was just like looking back at pictures and I was just like, who was that person?
Right.
Why did I dress like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't connect to that so much.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, why did I dress like that? Why did I have to do my hair like this? Why? Guys, I kid you not, I stopped singing one song in my set list because of that person didn't like that song.
That's crazy,
Wow.
dog.
And the person was like, oh, this is not a godly thing to be singing. This is not. And I literally took that away from my set for a year. And my band was like, Toshin, why aren't we playing this song? It's one of your best songs. I was like, no, we can't. We can't play it.
Yeah. Wow.
I hate situations like that.
Because it's not controlling, but it's
It's
control.
not
It's control,
controlling.
but not like directly. Because
Yeah,
it's like
and because if I did dress the way I want to dress, they'll be with me, but they'll just be giving me the eyes, or they'll
they're
make
not
me
too happy
feel.
with it. Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to make that person happy. That's my partner.
So I believe there's a compromise in every relationship, right?
Of course.
Whereas there's some things where it's like you feel like I'm not being myself.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem lies most of the time, because I think most times I can say to my girl that I don't like something. She could tell me she doesn't like something.
Yeah.
And we will discuss those things and how much of a non-negotiable is this for you? How much of non-negotiable is that for you? So we can come to some place where we're gonna have to compromise somewhere, but like we're happy to compromise for the betterment of this relationship. You know what I mean? Whereas, you can't be silent on those things, and it's your non-negotiable. And you start living a whole different life, and then you don't know who you are after a year. It's crazy. What's happened?
And I felt like I knew in my heart of hearts, this is not it, Toshin. Because how can you literally change your whole? Even my siblings were like, "Are you alright, man? Why are you not dressing the way you used to dress? Why?" Do you know? Even down to my nails, like I couldn't do my nails like this a year ago. You wouldn't see me with nails like this. Do you know? I had to do them plain because that's what he liked.
Wow.
Yeah, and the craziest thing about that level of that kind of control is, like, you're controlling me because I don't want to deal with you. Because you'd be unhappy with what I've done. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So it's like it's your response to what I do that I don't want to deal with. So I'm gonna appease you.
That's but like imagine living a full life like that. Imagine I got married to this person and this is my life. God forbid. God forbid. No, I like me the way I am now.
Yeah.
No, hell no.
Yeah. No. You obviously do rate your personality on the radio as well. Talk how do you get that gig?
How did I get that gig?
It's like it's an amazing thing, obviously, to see people like ourselves in those spaces. And just like show us, how did you get that gig?
Guys,
how's it been like in that type of space?
It was literally God's favor. Like I just feel like God smiles on me. That's the only way I can describe it. Like God's favor on my life is crazy. Like I didn't even want to be on the radio. Not that I'm so appreciative of it right now, of course, and it's great. And now I can do stuff for like my people, our people. I can give them that platform. That's really what's important to me. But it was literally during COVID. I was on this show, like someone was interviewing me for my song She for Nuna Morin on Pulse, and we just did the interview over the phone, and she was just like, Toshin, I actually think you'd be good on radio. And I was like, oh, really? She goes, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. She goes, I can actually put you in touch with the manager, Sarah. And I was just like, okay. So then she sends me Sarah's email. And then I thought about it for a few days. I was like, okay, if I was on the radio, what would I do? And then one day it just came to me, Tea with Toshin. I was like, oh, I like spitting tea. I love drama. I love this. So then I emailed Sarah. I was like, hey, Sarah, here. Fernuna gave me your contact. Yeah, I'd like to, start my own radio show, maybe if it's possible. And then this is my idea, Tea with Toshin. And then Sarah replies, she goes, yeah, sounds good. Let's have a phone call. Did a phone call with Sarah. She goes, yeah, I'd actually love for you to come in and do some training. But because of COVID, RT is currently closed and we can only do stuff hybrid. So basically, maybe in the future, if it's opened, we'll have you in. And I was like, okay, no problem. And I wasn't sad because I didn't really, whatever. So then RT opened again maybe a year or two later, and then Fanuna had me into the studio to do another interview.
Okay.
And then after the interview, she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was just about to leave." She goes, "Oh, by the way, Sarah's upstairs. Do you want to talk to her?" I was just like, "Ah, okay, sure." Went upstairs, had a coffee with Sarah, and then just talked about the idea again. And she goes, "Okay, cool. Do you want to start training next week?"
Wow.
And that was it.
And that was it.
That was it. Wow.
Then did 6 weeks of training and then started my show.
Class.
That's
Class.
sick. That's that, like everything just aligned too
It
perfectly.
literally aligned so
Too
well.
perfectly.
And since then, I was able to like obviously give people a platform to come on. Like, and I don't want my show to be just any random show. Like, it's just the fact that I have this platform, which
That's
is like
amazing.
a really big,
Amazing.
radio station in the country. Like, why not use it to like give people the opportunity, like give people who don't get this opportunity to come on? Because I remember when I was starting as Toshin, I'd be emailing hundreds and hundreds of people like, "Can I come on? Can I do this? Can I do that?" And no one would get back to me. And like, I remember that hurt feeling in my stomach. And I was like, I hate that feeling. I don't want people to feel like that. So anytime anybody emails me and like contacts me to play their song or to come on, I'll do my very, very best to have them
get
on,
that
because
side,
I know how it felt not to be able to come on
right.
and not to have that platform. And I know like it's only digital radio, it's not really live on air yet, by God's grace, so I give everybody the opportunity, and I don't want it only to be musicians. I had you on. I have an actor on soon. Anybody, any creative, anything, just come on, tell me your story, and why not?
I was quite surprised. Like, obviously when I came on, it's like, okay, cool. Maybe we'll talk a bit about some pod or whatever. We were talking Jesus for like half an hour, which was quite. I was kind of like, this is on RTE, guys, like, which is absolutely phenomenal that someone like yourself is in those spaces to allow us
to have
have voices in those spaces,
100%,
which is so, like, it's like really well done to you on that.
Thank you. No, honestly, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God, and I'm grateful to have that platform, and I really do hope one day I can bring it to live radio. I had a gospel takeover on RT Radio 1 on Easter Sunday.
Yes, you were telling me about it.
And that was like so random. Like, they let me for the first time play gospel music on the radio for 1
What
hour.
song did you choose?
Kirk Franklin.
I think I did. I try to put as much Irish artists as I could. I put Victoria Adeyinka. I will sing praises.
Oh, okay.
I put her on. I put Anatolia on. But you know what? Because it's RTE, they didn't let me put all the songs I wanted on, and I couldn't see the way on my show. I'd be like, "Hey guys, welcome to another week of Tea with Toshin. I'm here." No, I couldn't talk like that. I wasn't allowed to do any of that. I had to be like, "Hello, folks, and good afternoon. Now we're on RT Radio." Like, I had to really change my
That's
personality.
crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I couldn't believe it.
Should I just play
crazy.
the
No.
Just because the revival.
I couldn't. They were they'll literally be like, "What is the history of that stuff?" Down to a T, guys. They're very particular in what you say on
Would they
radio.
review every single song that you would have sent?
Yeah, I couldn't do it live. I had to
Crazy.
pre-record it.
Crazy.
I had to pre-record it in 2 days. Guys, it was 1 hour show. I had to pre-record it in 2 days because I wasn't getting the tone. I couldn't say guys, I had to say folks, and I had to be like very like, I couldn't be like, "Hello guys, hello."
You're talking to the oldest. And
there's some things there were some things I wanted to say, I can't remember now, but she's like, "No, you can't say that," because she goes, "Tomorrow we'll be getting some complaints in."
Wow.
Because people will actually come
So
in.
they know
Yeah.
They know.
They know who's listening.
So you have to be careful.
Wow.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
coming
much,
on.
man. What was your head up, bro?
Listen, I how do I say this? I went to a shop.
Yeah.
I was telling you, Zara.
Yeah.
I know there's a time in my life where me and Zara couldn't be friends.
Couldn't mesh.
We couldn't mesh.
Yeah.
I said, let me just try on the trouser.
Yeah.
And I did this.
And he went on.
And he went up.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I said, all of a sudden, all these shops, possibilities for us to.
The Lord had answered by fire.
That is be my
I'm
God.
just like, oh, so I can go here now.
I love
I'm
when
coming
that
back to Zara.
happens.
I wore a flipping medium trouser yesterday, bro.
That's crazy.
Medium.
But remember,
Bro.
there was a time where this guy said you used to only wear XXL t-shirts.
Bro,
Hardly.
I'm sick. You didn't know. I was about 102 kg.
That is wild.
I had to wear double X t-shirts. So when I say this, people didn't know. People were like, see, the only time when you were coming OC,
Yeah.
I was wearing double X. My black shirts were double XL. So people would see like my weight.
And the room was dark, to be fair.
The room was dark.
No offense.
Says, yo, people can't see me.
Tell her.
But like once I lost weight,
That's wild.
look at I went color.
Wow.
Wayne Cole, look at us.
He's your magic.
Ankles are on up. All of a sudden, I feel confident.
No, actually, once you take care of your body, man, like fashion becomes interesting.
You start shopping in Zara.
That's a good way to head up. What about you? Where's your head up?
Same Zara. This is Zara as well.
Yeah, this is Zara as well.
Me and Zara could not go together.
No, we don't go together. Now we go together real bad.
I'll walk past it.
Thank God.
But yeah, man, expecting a few invoices. I'm not happy. That
Jeez.
decoration costs are going to be crazy.
Bro,
But we're going to...
have you saw that your E-Flow?
We're going to get through it. Man, burn that E-Flow, man. Burn that E-Flow. But yeah, we're going to get through that one. Yeah, it's a lot, man.
Yeah.
The amount of money that's coming out of my account every month now is crazy, but...
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't know yet.
I
That's
guess.
not what
Yeah,
I'm-
it does, I don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
Bro, the wedding thing, yeah, I hear the stress. I hear
Strong,
it.
man.
But like as I said, I'm choosing not to be stressed. Like here's what I said to the missus. I don't know if I said it on the podcast. We're choosing a day to stress.
Oh no, you didn't say this.
Okay, so if our day is Saturday, that day and that hour or two that was
Stress.
I was talking about wedding, that's dedicated to stress. Don't bring it outside of that Saturday. It was 2 to 4 on Saturday. At 5 o'clock, we're back in a relationship. Does that make sense? Because I'm,
like that.
I'm not gonna have that. That's not my life. I can't be living my life in that stress.
I like that.
But like money hasn't come out yet, so I don't know if the stress is going to. I'm only confining it to 2 hours. But when that money starts coming out, hey! But yeah, no.
You have to look unto Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. That's the only thing you can do.
Oh, where's your head at?
Where's my head at? Well, now I'm after telling me whole story of my life about me love story, so now I'm just a bit like
If you're open.
I feel opened. Oh, secco. Hold on.
Nah, bro,
No.
Toshin, like that's like honestly, that story sold the song. It sold the song. It's so like
It's
it's great.
And it's one of my favorite songs, honestly. And I
Yeah.
wrote it, guys. I wrote it.
And you wrote
Can
it.
you see?
No.
The
Story.
two
This
things.
Come
song
on.
is a representation of freedom for you.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big
Wow.
song.
So your perspective needs to shift.
It's a big song. Hi, I can't play and tackle
Wow.
together.
Wow. No, that
It's a
hit me.
representation of freedom.
Wow.
You get me? Okay, yeah, the experience was what it was. It was embarrassing. Okay,
you got to
but guess what?
It
You
wasn't
wrote
embarrassing.
about
You
it.
said it was embarrassing.
Toshi, please, have small shame. Have small shame.
No. Why am I feeling
You wore
embarrassed?
high heel boots, lip gloss,
and it came
nails.
with-
You paid 50 quid
And
to
he
lay
came-
us nails.
He came in with tech fleece.
He wore polo tracksuits. He wore
Polo.
polo.
Nah.
And he had a trim. The trim
he had
was
a
lit.
trim?
Yeah. Even
Alright.
at the white team, so he just finished trimming. So
All right,
So it's prepared for you. For you.
no, but then I'm not as type though.
No, but
Yeah, no, he doesn't know his type.
He doesn't know his type.
There's a veil over his eyes.
actually think that. I actually think
Go
that.
into the prayer closet, say, God, open that man's eyes.
Tear the veil.
Pastor said it today, George. The veil will be torn.
So I may walk
One day, do you know what? I was walking away from that day and I was like, oh, that meets up, sorry. And I was like, one day he's going to look back and he's going to want Toshin. And he's
Yeah.
going to be like, I missed out on the train and I'm going to be married to the best person in the world. It's going to be amazing.
But you know what? There's been growth. Because I decided the episode should call it a date. Now she knows to call it.
It's a link up. It's a link up.
I'm
It's a
not
link up.
denying
It's a link up. It's a link up. Don't call it a date. It's a link up. Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Toshin, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, if you like this episode, please share, like, subscribe,
Comments.
do
Comment your
all
thoughts
the
on
good
the
stuff.
story.
Yeah, comment your stuff on the
Was
story.
it a date or a link up?
You let us know.
And have you had any stories like that?
Yeah,
Let us know.
Right. And we're going to be bringing on the fans soon. Aren't we? Guys, we discussed that last week, no?
Yeah. Last week.
Yeah, we're going to bring one of our supporters on very soon. So
Wink.
you guys know about the details. Just making it up as we go. All right, love.
I just wink.